Kenny G.
Kenny G, he's a trumpet player.
He's coming to Ruth Eckerd Hall.
I met him once.
We're live?
We're live. We're live. It's Sunday and we're alive. We're here. Wow. And it's been a rough weekend, but I still made it here. Whole goddamn weekend spent with charity events. You know, that's the problem. Once you get in a charity circuit, everybody wants you to come. This one and that one. Everybody wants something. Man. But it's for good causes, so what are you going to do? You know, help people that need help. You can't go through life being a selfish, I was going to say a bad word, but I won't. Starts with a P, ends with a K. You can't go through life being just, you know, you got to give back. If you make money, excuse me. Anyway, I need to clear something up from the comments. This is not toilet paper.
I got to switch the camera to the other camera.
You got to switch the camera to another camera. Switch cameras, or we can get back to that. We already started. It's not going to finish it. So what are you going to do?
Hey, switch the camera. Don't worry.
I don't see it there. Okay, here we go. This is not toilet paper. This is paper towels. And they're the strongest paper towels I've ever seen. You're spending way too much money on paper towels. Look at this stuff. You can make a suit out of this. You can make clothes out of this. Oh, I ripped it. All right,
ain't that good.
It's good enough for...
it's for you. Something. We buy only the quality for you. So you don't hear you complaining about blowing your nose on rough paper towels.
It was probably here.
You know?
It was probably here before you bought this place. So it's not
toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Okay, that'd be kind of...
it's high quality paper towels.
All right, leave it like that then. Fine. Okay, you ready? Okay, so here we are. It's Sunday. And anybody got any calls or problems or... You want to, whatever.
What'd you do this week?
I did a lot of shit this week.
I mean, I know you went out looking for warehouse space.
I worked at 6 warehouses because Happy bought $2 million worth of furniture for the hotel, and it's sitting in containers everywhere. There's containers everywhere. There's containers where they shouldn't be containers. I'm not going to leave it at that. Okay, and we need a warehouse now. So I'm out there meeting people. Turns out half the people I knew from other relationship in real estate. But I got to make a decision. We need a warehouse right away. And I need it close to the damn hotels because we don't want them driving around all over town looking for schlepping furniture and stuff. And we need the old shit taken out, the new shit put in. And we're doing that in 2 hotels, right?
At the same time, yeah, 2 hotels, which are like a couple blocks from each other.
I mean, the Sheraton Suites is 2-room suites. So that's like equivalent to double the amount of rooms.
It's like 3 hotels. It's like almost like 900 rooms.
You guys are
like if you call individual rooms, if you're going to classify it as individual rooms, it'd be 900, almost 900 individual rooms.
Why am I looking at some other thing going on here?
Well, you know, the thing is that's not live. It's going to be delayed. So
no, it's not showing me, is it?
Yeah, it's showing you. Right, that's the stream, but it's delayed.
Oh, it's delayed. Delayed. Like you're delayed.
It's delayed because that's the actual live stream.
The night you were conceived, I should have been delayed.
Instead of
late. All right, so anyway, busy finding warehouses, making deals, selling hotels, financing, refinancing. Holy shit, the interest rate has gone down. It's going down, you know, but the stock market's going down too.
Stock market.
If you're in the stock market, I feel sorry for you. I was in it. I let those guys play with some money. Thank God they made a lot of money in 19 to where basically the money's going back. So I lost, but I didn't really lose.
Up and down.
No, right now is an emergency. Who the heck knows if this virus really travels and starts affecting the Nike's closed down?
But what I don't understand is more people die. From what I heard, more people die from the regular flu than the coronavirus every year.
Different type of virus.
Well, but more people are dying. Yeah, but for the flu, more people are dying. So now this is an epidemic. This is something that's not curable. People don't get over. It's just immediately as soon as you get it, I guess you start dying.
All I know is that
the media is blowing it out of control,
Listen,
I think.
When people are walking around in a country of 1 billion people and they're all wearing masks, and the Chinese, you know, it got to be serious for the Chinese.
Oh, by the way,
you know,
we might have lost a lease because of it.
Which lease did we lose?
A travel center, a welcome center.
To where?
To maybe the retail center. Yeah,
retail center where?
The retail center in Orlando. Yeah, I might have lost a lease. They're saying that the coronavirus.
The place built. They ain't got
the coronavirus is affecting the Brazilian travel, and now they got 1 case in Brazil. Brazil is what I was told.
Brazil.
Brazil. There was one case in Brazil, from what I was told by this lady, and so now she's worried, and so who knows?
I don't blame her. I'd worry too, because Marriott was told to shut the website down in China. I think they got like 300 hotels that are closed. I mean, it's gonna hopefully, it could get worse.
Marriott shut off the reservation system for
all
those
China,
hotels
you
out
cannot
there.
go to a Marriott website. I mean, it's bad. Look up, you'll see all the stuff closed right now. I mean, I don't know. So there's 1 billion people that live there, and hopefully they get under control, and it's spreading everywhere little by little, but it's definitely hurt the stock market by about 10%.
How many cases in the United States right now?
They're spread out. I looked at a map. A few here, a few there. Of course, California's the worst because it's closest to the middle of Asia, Far East. So hopefully, it'll pass and stop spreading, and people living through it, and nobody else will die.
Anyway, just so you know, everybody, we are here today to take questions to Ben Sr. Anything you guys want to ask, you can call in. Go to the website, benmallah.com/askben. You can leave questions and a number for us to call. You can also tweet him anytime at
tweet.
hashtag AskBen, and all types of ways to get connected. And so go ahead and log on to the website and submit your questions, and we'll get started calling people. Anything you guys want to know?
What else you want to know? So interest rates are going down. Real estate is going to come down. I'm starting to see it trickling down. Especially what's going to happen is all the people who lost money in the stock market
are running in real estate.
Thought they were buying big fancy houses. First, the big fancy houses go down. You know that. You're sitting on a big fancy house you can't sell.
I got a contract.
To how much?
I got a contract.
How much?
We're not going to discuss it on air. We're going to, because we're going to
so
work it. We're going to
massage
it. We're going to massage it. We're gonna massage
talk
it.
About $20 million deals. You can't talk about
it's because we're not dealing with it. We're in negotiations right now.
Is it above or below 800?
It's right below.
Right below. All right, dump it.
So
Move it.
we're working on it. Well, that's my counter.
Yeah. All right.
We're working it. We're working it. We'll see.
Get rid of it.
We're trying. We're trying.
Get rid of it.
I know. I understand.
Just like that office, we didn't need it, get rid of it. The guy's starting his little accounting business there with his wife. God bless him. He got a bargain on a great office at like $50 a square foot.
He's got to pay that, every month.
Cost involved. But hey, he's happy with it. I'm happy for him. We got our money back. It's not like it was an investment. We're not talking about something we bought for $10 million and we have to try to turn it into $15 million. It was an office. We used it for years. Good. Adios, amigo. You got to keep I want to clean up my whole balance sheet. Whatever you don't need, get rid of it. It goes with personal possessions, too. All right, you want to have a couple of toys, have a couple of toys. You don't need something, get rid of it. Cash it in. You can't beat cash, because cash you can buy other shit with. You can make money with.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and I hope everybody who's trying to get their first deal has gone to the bank and at least find out what it's going to take to get an FHA loan. All right? So I'm thinking of starting a nonprofit, A nonprofit, like get some other rich guys to put some money together.
Nonprofit?
Yeah, where the cities, a lot of cities have first-time home buyer programs, okay, that I believe you really don't need any money or very little money because they're there to give you an assistance and help you get your first home. So, you should definitely look into that.
Programs like that?
I was thinking about, for all the people that are living month to month but qualify for an FHA loan, we could start a nonprofit where, all right, we got to put a limit on it. But, like, if they want to buy a $100,000 house, come on. $100,000 house, a person struggling, living month to month, it's going to cost $3,500. Maybe we can put a fund together where we look at the person. This person qualified for the loan. They go, a guy, a couple of kids, a wife, trying to buy their first house. Maybe we can, actually fund that for them because a lot of people live month to month. It's hard to save money. The cost of living is crazy. I remember I used to juggle to almost a penny of my bills when you were like 7 or 8. I would pay my mortgage right before the late date. I mean, I was juggling shit, It's hard to save money when you got kids. Kids cost a fortune. Holy mackerel, you don't realize it, but, it's big money to have support a family and keep your wife happy and the kids what they got to do, quality of life. So it's hard for people to save money. I'm going to talk to some big shots I know and see if we can start like a nonprofit and donate some money to help people get in their homes for the first time. I'm going to try.
I mean, I think that'd be a good idea.
How much you want to put in?
Me?
Yeah, how much you want to donate? $100,000? $100,000.
I tell you what.
What we'll do is we'll put a limit on it for only people that really, the people that really can only afford like $150,000. Because at $150,000, we only got to give them about $5,000, right?
Right.
Or $6,000.
Well, 3% down.
3.5. I think.
Okay,
half
so say
is for
5%,
costs.
whatever.
So if we did like 3.5 on $200,000, $7,000.
Right.
So you either get, we max it out at that.
I'll do 5 people.
If you can afford the $200,000 house, you should be able to save money.
I think we can do. I'll do 5 people. You got to do way more.
No, but
than
let's
that.
see. Let's say the average person needs. We start off small.
That's what I'm saying.
Help the really poor person that only looking for $100,000.
And I'm talking on behalf of equity.
So let's see. Do you know that with $3,500 you can help 10 people for $35,000.
Right. So that's
You can
what I
help 10
said.
people for $35,000.
I'll donate.
You can
5.
help 100 people for only $350,000.
That's what I said.
100 people, maybe.
But you got to get a bunch of
into a
people
house.
together. So
For,
then,
for what? $350,000?
hey, I don't know.
Come
You're
on,
running the right
can't throw
circles.
$100,000 towards not helping people get in a first house.
I think we could do. Me?
Yeah.
I think I could do that for you.
Okay, so I'll match $100,000. And we'll start with $200,000.
But you're like 20, 30 times larger than me.
All right, I'll put $110,000 in.
No. I'll do
We'll
10
talk
grand.
later. We'll make a list of everybody we can call up and tap for this.
That's
but
what I'm
we
saying.
got to turn it
Let's put a
over to
list of people
professionals to
together.
handle. That's
I
the
said
problem.
I could do 5
The
people's
problem
houses.
with these
That's like
nonprofits is, let me tell you the problem.
50.
You know what the problem with starting nonprofits is? It's like starting a business. You can't just say, okay, I'll donate.
No,
It takes
you got to
time.
run it.
You got to have people to interview people. You got to have people that are working. It's a lot of, so that's the problem. That's why a lot of the nonprofits, the money they collect, it goes to running the damn operation, and they don't make as much as they, you think they're making. Because
or give as much as they should be given because they got to run those costs. That's why.
I mean, how would we even start something like that? I have to go find a nonprofit expert.
First, you gotta open up.
And that person wants a salary to run it, and they got to hire people to do shit, and it's a big operation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We need to look into it. Duncan's mother is big at that, so we'll call
Into
her.
nonprofits.
Yeah, she was big, and
really, it's finding somebody that has the time that wants to dedicate to that type of
nobody does it
organization.
for free. No,
but they don't do it for a tremendous amount
people
of
need
salary.
to earn a living. If you get something for free, you don't get much. You got to pay people to do their work. All right. So anyway, we need to look into that because interest rates are so low. What's today's FHA rate? Can you look it up?
I mean, I could look it up.
I mean, it's crazy. Everybody that's paying rent should own a house. Okay. But just start off and move up. Typically the rule is you're supposed to move up and sell your house every 5 years. If that's like a good goal to have. And you keep moving up, hopefully. And if you have to stay 10 years, stay 10 years.
I mean,
whatever.
just a quick search on Google says it's at.
And then, like I said, how much?
3.3 right now.
3.3%
on a
FHA
30-year fixed.
Fixed.
That's what they're
I
saying.
mean, that's like free money almost. It's like 30.3, 3.03, or 3.30.
375.
See here.
At
You
least
got
that's just a quick
15-year
search.
fixed. That's a jumbo. I don't know. It's really low. I bet you right now. I've watched people advertising $295 already on loans for houses. I don't know how much the down is, but 30 years.
Oh, yeah,
30
they're
years
getting
down
down
to $295 for a regular mortgage. And if you want to get into real estate, you better refi now while the rate's low. Because even if the value of the house goes down,
free.
it
It's
doesn't matter
almost free.
because you're paying a low payment on the money. So anyway, all right. You got any calls today? We got anybody out there need some help or what? We're ringing.
Look at that.
This call's been forwarded to a voicemail that is not in service. I don't know, Rafal. I think sometimes you dial the wrong numbers, Hey, are you talking to anybody in Poland? Is there any cases there of corona?
Ben!
Hey, how are you? I can't hear you. There we
can
go.
hear me now?
You're too loud. Quiet. All right, there you go.
That's Rafal moving him up and down.
Ben,
That's
how's
not.
it going, man? What's
Right.
up, Ben Jr.? The first thing I want to say is thanks for the great content. Really enjoying it. Really helps me out a lot. So please keep it coming.
Our pleasure.
so
We're here.
My question is it's pretty simple. So I'm looking to pick up a few units down in South Florida, and I've been having a little bit of, I don't want to say difficulty, but it's been a little bit of a challenge negotiating with banks as far as like the terms of the loan, trying to get it interest only, and working with them on that. So my question to you is, do you have any tips? I mean, how do you get a bank to, agree to terms that are, more so beneficial for me, the buyer, than the bank themselves?
I mean, everybody's got a different situation. Of course, I'm going to get better terms than a lot of people because I do a lot of business. I got backing, I'm a less risk. I mean, you got to go around to say about 3, 4, 5 different banks and see who's going to give you the best deal. When I was in South Florida, I think it was called National City Bank, gave me some loans and they were pretty easy to deal with. Was it National City or City National? It was on that hotel you fixed up on Sunrise over there. You don't remember the name of the bank? And I borrowed money from them for the 2 hotels? City National, not City Bank. You remember the broker got it for me, from Marcus and Millichap.
No, I don't
I
remember
used
the
a
name of the
broker.
bank. I do.
I used a broker, and that's the
and
thing.
he came back with some good rates.
But I paid the broker probably about, I don't know, maybe a point. Maybe I negotiated with him, so every million I gave him $10,000, and I think I borrowed 10 million, so he made 10 grand. I mean, 100 grand. No, he made that much, did he? Anyway, I would definitely go to the local banks too down there because they feel better about investing in their own neighborhood. But how many banks did you hit already?
I hit up 2 banks, and basically maybe the issue with that I'm running into is the terms that I'm asking them for. So what I want to do, there are a few properties that I think I get in a wedge deal that are a little bit under market. So what I want to do is I'll put down a down payment, and I want to borrow money from the bank to buy it interest only, because I know that if I have a tenant in there, the monthly rent roll after all my expenses, I'll make a little bit of money. But what I could basically do is hold the unit for 3 or 4 years, wait for the real estate market to go up, and then just cash out and make a little bit of money on it. That's kind of what
it
I'm
all
planning
depends
to do.
on what you're paying for that place. I mean, you talk about South Florida. South Florida is expensive. What city in South Florida?
I'm in Aventura, man.
Aventura? I don't know. If you think you can make money in Aventura, God bless you. I hope you make it, but be careful because
there's a lot of inventory down here, especially the more south you go in downtown and Brickell. These developers that are dropping hundreds of millions of dollars to build these giant condos, these beautiful brand new condos.
I know, Related Group and all those big shots.
70% empty. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, they're how empty?
Like 70% empty, and I'm not exaggerating that number either.
So that means that they're crashing.
They've been crashing. There was never a non-crash. They put these buildings up, and they sit empty. They've never been leased
So
out.
if they can't rent that out, what makes you think you're going to rent yours out?
I could rent them out. What I'm saying is they can't sell them.
Oh, they can't sell them. You're right.
Yeah, they could rent them.
Right, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's the problem with condos. Condo guys got big balls.
Yeah, for real. So what I'm thinking about doing is picking up a few of them very, very, very low, renting them out, getting a deal for 5 years, interest only, to where I'm not paying a principal, because interest, 3-4%, I could definitely make that in a rent roll, hold it hostage, not hostage, but you know what I'm saying, hold on to the property for 4 or 5 years until the market turns around, and then once this building's filled up and it's actually sellable, just off it.
Hey, how much money are you looking to borrow?
Maybe in total, just under $1 million, probably.
So you want to borrow $1 million? What do you want to do? You want to spend $1 million, or you want to borrow $1 million? You got $200,000 down payment?
Yeah, well, I have a little bit more than that, but yeah.
Okay, well, why don't you go to Valley Bank? I deal with them. Go to Valley National. And talk to them. You got to go to banks that have an appetite for that stuff. You've gotten loans before, haven't you?
No, I haven't. Actually,
you never had a loan in your life?
No, I've never.
Well, then to get your foot in the door, you're gonna have to, go with the terms they're willing to give you, but be careful. There's no prepayment penalties in it. Get in any best loan. Pick the best loan that you're willing to get. Talk to a few more banks. Pick the best loan they're willing to give you, and then get your foot in the door. Then once you got the foot in the door, then you're a big shot because you say, hey, I already borrowed a couple $100,000 from this bank. Another bank's going to want to do business with you. Then you can refi down the road and get the better terms. But get your if it's your first loan, just get the best deal you can.
Just get it done.
You're a smart guy.
Yeah.
You know, I used to borrow money at 12% because that's all I could do. That was life. You know, so go get your foot in the door, the best terms you can. Just make sure there's no long strings attached to paying it off, because this way you can always go out and refinance it after 6 months or a year or whatever while you're out shopping for a better loan. All right.
And what do you think about, trying to negotiate like 4 to 5 years interest only? Because that's what I've having a problem with.
Listen, try to negotiate anything you can, but if it's your first loan, you need to swallow a little right now. You're not going to get the same terms I'm going to get after doing it for 30 years. Maybe you'll get a year interest only. I just swallowed only 2 years interest only on the apartment building that we just bought, because he said, I have to go back and it'll delay things. I said, fine, just go with the 2 years right now. But when I go to I'm telling you right now to your face, I'm refinancing in 2 years before that interest only is up, and you're going to waive the points for me paying for the next loan. So that's a deal I cut this week. But anyway, listen, get your foot in the door if you never borrowed money before. All right, get in there, whatever. Take a year interest only. Just make sure you don't do nothing that's going to put you underwater. Start off with one condo or something. See how that goes. Don't buy more than one right now, right?
Yeah,
That's
well,
the
I'm
water.
definitely
You
starting
got
with one at a
association
time.
dues. You better just please don't get in over your head and go get your first loan done. You need everybody. It's like breaking your cherry. Well, can I say that? Breaking your cherry? I don't know. You got to get a loan. All right?
Yeah.
Have a great day. Get in there, make the best deal you can, and then worry about good terms later when you got some, some history, a track record, okay?
Absolutely,
All right, take
Ben.
care.
Thank you so much for the
All right.
content, man. Keep it up. It's
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you a lot, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. He never got a loan before. Get a loan. Everybody needs to go get in the. It's like getting in, getting in. You got to have a loan under your belt. The first thing they ask you ever borrowed money from anybody else before? Because that shows that you can be trusted. If you never got a loan, they're going to say, you never had a loan. Why? I got to be the first guy to take a risk on you. But if you have a history of borrowing money, and paying it back, then you're golden. And you don't need daddy to sign for you like little Ben.
Hey, what are you? That's how I get those good rates. So use what you can. If you got daddy out there to sign for you, use what you
right.
can. Okay, use what
Right.
you can.
Use whatever tools you got in life to get the best deal.
Get it.
Rafal, who we calling now? It's Sunday. It's cold out.
Maybe
I got to go to a thing tonight again.
just crank everybody else.
Let's see. What else we got going on? Stock market. Let's see what happens with stock market this week.
Hey, special.
Is the stock market? We got a burglar here. Call
we
the
got a
police.
caller?
I thought it was a
Is there a
burglar.
caller on the line or no?
Up.
Oh, burglars.
You
They're
got somebody
busting
on the
in
line?
on us.
Oh, yeah. They were out golfing today. We got up and went golfing. We got Chicken Woods and Tiger Woods look-alike here.
Sit down. Sit
We
down.
got Chicken Woods and Turkey Woods.
Come on,
Yeah,
sit down.
all right.
We got you prepped right
Anyway, we got a caller to talk to. I want to make this productive and talk to people. I talk to these idiots all the time. No offense.
here. Oh, there's somebody on the line.
No offense, I'm used
You
to it.
recently received a call.
You recently received a call from a bad number. All right, Rafal, come on. Let's get this thing cooking here.
Wait, have you even started yet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we've
on,
been
man.
going,
We're
we've been
on. You're out
going.
golfing. You're
Well,
playing
we've
at the
been
tee.
going.
Turn his
About
mic
4
up.
hours to
Turn
get
I
his
call
mic
it
up.
goofing. It ain't golfing. You're goofing.
his
It
mic
took you
up.
4 hours last time to get the thing
Yeah,
started,
yeah.
so I figure you say 11, I think that means 1, right?
Very good. Very good. All right, Rafal, what you got for us?
Man,
Nobody wants to answer.
Oh,
You're not calling the right person. I think Rafal doesn't read America. Aren't the
Mic
numbers
check,
the same
1,
in
2, 1,
Poland?
2.
1, 2, 3, 4. They're written the same, and they have their own writing there.
KC Shutters from Oakland. He said, give him a call.
Give him a call.
I don't know. I'm reading the chat. I'm reading
Yeah.
the chat.
only advice we can give somebody in Oakland is you got to move because
No,
the prices
the
are way
prices
too
are-
high. They're crazy.
Price is doing pretty good.
So
in
how was
Oakland.
golf
gotta go to
today? Did you even
Sacramento.
play? No. You scheduled the tee time. You canceled it.
Man, we should have stayed
know,
there.
you
That's
shoulda
where I need
stayed.
to be. That's
do.
life right
I know.
there.
I know. You
Those
better
people
hurry
out
before you
there
get any
are living
older.
life.
You don't want to get old.
Bel Air
Mallah's
Country
go
Club
golfing.
is living
Mallah's
life.
go golfing. Is that the new
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
thing?
telling you, you should do it.
They're out
Golfing?
there without a care in the world. We went to the Sunday brunch.
Oh, you gotta
Oh,
go to
good.
that.
We get to eat your sandwiches then.
I ate way
Sunday-
too much.
We're eating friggin' Firehouse. They're at the country club at the Sunday brunch at tea time.
I ate way too much.
Oh.
Driving golf carts around on the waterfront,
There's a
playing
tournament
golf.
there right now.
Holy shit.
Well, the tournament's
I
going
should be
on.
doing
The
that
tournament
shit.
is going on.
Tournament,
Tournament. Everybody,
Yep.
Aaron knows at least like half the people out there keep coming up to
Yeah.
Aaron and saying, hey, and all
He's
this.
a big
and
shot at the country club.
Yep.
How's your dad and his show? They
Yeah,
love your
yeah.
show too. And
And who's this? Your new caddy?
no, I just go there and say, I'm Mr. Mallah. That's all I gotta say. I go there, I'm Mr. Mallah.
I'm one of the Mallahs. Triple Mallahs.
All right, Rafal. Anyway, you got anybody need some help here?
Fall needs help.
Yeah, but we're not doctors. Rafal needs help. He needs, you know what he needs? He needs like an American injection in him.
He needs.
You know, all these people from Europe, they're nice people, but they need some kind of injection in them to make them kind of like, I don't know, like,
They need
It's
a.
like they're in a
Hello?
circle. They're in a bubble.
Hey,
Can't hear
Hey, how are you
anything
today? It's Ben and my 3 sons. How can we help you?
not bad. Did you have any interest in that email that I sent?
You know, I'm not kidding. I look at 250 minimum emails a day.
Like we know.
You have to refresh my memory.
What's your
You
name?
don't
What's
even
your
remember
name?
my
We
emails
don't
that
know.
No
I
worries.
send 'em.
No worries. My name's Jake Schutzley. Basically, just started watching your stuff a little while ago. Interested in doing what you do. I just need the startup capital. And I've watched your videos on that and whatnot. And I was just curious if you're interested in taking somebody and showing via YouTube that your methods work. Like, look, this guy had nothing. No idea, no nothing. Like, he listened to me. And look what he does.
You know, that's a good idea to try, but we're going to have to try to put something like that together. Right now, I'm borrowing money, not loaning it. But no, seriously, I wouldn't mind doing that with somebody. You know, I've done it with a lot of people that I know, like mostly people that work for me. I've helped them, you know, get this, you know, because they help me. But, you know, we could try to do something like that. You know, Rafal, that's your mission. Find somebody
Absolutely.
that wants to get into business, but it has to be somebody local, maybe. I don't know. I'm not flying across to Chicago nowhere. But we'll talk about it. I can do it online too, probably.
Get in the business.
I'll send a little Ben out there. I'll send you to some literally hick town in the middle of nowhere to help some guy buy a mobile
Right.
home.
There we go. That'd be a
I like
good
to do that
episode.
one.
That would be a
All right,
good
but yeah, I appreciate it. I'll think about it. But give us your name, and you'll be the first person that we consider. Okay?
Right on.
All right,
Name
take
is
care.
Jake.
Have a great day.
Hey, have a good one.
Take care. I mean, you know, I wouldn't mind trying that, you know. Like I said, I want to start a nonprofit and help people get their first home, get out of the rental, and if they qualify,
Even if it's a mobile
listen,
home,
if they're
whatever
decent
it
enough
is.
to get, if the bank's willing to loan them 96.5% of the money, and then the government's gonna get, you know, they sell it to the government right away. But if they're willing to take the risk, then I'm willing to take the risk for 3.5. So we need to put that together, you know. You got to give back, Ben. You can't eat it all.
Hey, Rafal, am I supposed to be hearing
You
him
gotta
in
get
my
it
earphones?
to get it back.
Yeah.
You got to get it. Those earphones have problems. Okay, I've been dealing with the same thing. That's why I stole your
Because
earphones.
I'm
So you
used to
got
him
no hearing?
screaming in my ear,
You got
and
any
I can't
hearing?
hear him
What?
screaming
Can
in
you
my
hear?
I
ear.
can do it. I can do it.
All right, here we go.
I
I'll
don't know
talk
the
lower.
volume's
I'll
better
talk
than
lower.
else.
Everybody's complaining about the volume.
Yeah,
They're saying the
right.
volume.
Well,
You
go
know,
to CBS,
Rafal,
goddammit.
Just crank the whole thing up.
You got
and
another
turn us
caller?
down.
All right, you got another
Just
caller
crank
for
it
us?
all up and turn us down. I don't know.
All right, come on.
Nobody's answering.
Nobody's answering. So what are we doing
Why
here?
don't you
We're
just
not
talk
here.
Nobody
about
wants to
your
call.
experience?
And
People
what the
just
hell
want
am
to
I
hear you
doing here?
talk.
I don't want to talk. I want to help
Talk.
people.
Help
You
people.
know, I got nothing to say.
You
I
got
say
plenty to say. You always got something to say.
I
that's for sure.
reserve
What's
my
the
right.
newest thing you're working on right now?
I'm
or-
working on 20 different projects right now, and I can't even get a floor plan and a damn plans for the buyer for your hotel.
Why are you going to start
All right,
attacking
what
me?
Why
is
can't
your
somebody
real stock
scan it and
market?
send it over right now?
What's
I gotta
your-
wait for you to go to Fort Lauderdale to get some floor plans?
What's
There's
your,
nobody that can scan the floor plans, and what else are we looking for? Come on, don't sit there
Hello?
like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I hope there's a caller on.
Hey,
Saved by the
hey,
caller.
Thank God.
Saved by the
Oh,
caller. Thank
Hey,
God.
how you
This
doing
is about to
today?
go.
Hey, I'm good, man. How you doing?
Hey, how can we help you?
Hey, yeah, just a quick question. First of all, I love your content, brother. So we're actually, right now we're in the process of waiting till we're debt-free, right? And we're extremely close, probably the next 5 months. But do you recommend for a fix and flip or a buy and hold? Do you recommend using cash or loan? I know you're big on using, leveraging debt. What's your take on that and why?
I mean, you gotta leverage because you don't want to spend all your money. You want to keep as much as your money in your pocket as possible because that's your protector. Your money is your something breaking back there. All right, so your money is your protector. All right, use the bank's money. The rates are so ridiculously low now, and they're going even lower. They're talking about lowering the Fed rate. That's going to lower the whole market rate. So always use the bank's money. Okay, why risk your own money? Risk as little as you have. You have to.
Okay. Roger that. All right.
Well, good luck to you. All right, have a great day. And borrow. All right, what else we got? How was the buffet? Tell us about the big brunch at the Bel Air Country Club.
Yeah, you guys got to eat.
What'd you have?
We didn't get no lunch.
Did they have an omelet station?
Well, you guys got to wake up a little earlier on Sunday.
They had everything.
Did they have an omelet station?
They had an
Yes,
omelet
they had
station.
everything.
They
They had
had prime
stir-fry.
rib.
What?
Everything.
Cut the big slab that you used to have
Wait, you get
delivered.
to eat for free?
No,
No,
you
it's
pay
not.
price.
It's only
you
like
know.
20, and it was only like
It was
20
only
bucks.
20 bucks.
What do they
20 bucks a
care? It
pop.
goes on my goddamn bill. They
And that
charge
too.
everything.
We charge the shit out
They
of
don't
it.
accept.
What?
You know what's great about these places? It's great in one way and not so great in another.
They
Just
just get
you go
carte
to these
blanche.
places and whatever you want. You want to buy something in the store. You want to have drinks. You want to have dinner. You want to play golf. My wife plays tennis there. She takes lessons. They charge everything. They just charge it and send you the bill every month. And I don't even. I look at the bill. And but anyway, it automatically comes out of your bank account and your credit card. It's like when you go there, there's no cash.
That's what that is.
There's no you tip. Some places
Oh,
don't even
nothing.
like
You don't do anything. You just
you
sign.
tip when you sign.
I thought that was just a
Or
membership.
additional tip if you want.
yeah, we
they
get
give
it.
you a basic tip and that's it. But some places, the other places, high-end places,
They
they
don't-
don't
you
tip.
don't- Yeah.
No, the guy treated us perfect. Everybody in there.
Who
I mean,
wasn't the guy I know all the time.
Yeah, it is.
that
It
guy.
was-
we were the youngest people in there, but they treated us like royalty pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great.
Well, they know who your last name is. They know your number is.
No, they
That's
could tell. They
six-
could tell
I
by our
almost
demeanor.
told my number. That's
Hello?
9999. Oh, be nice to them. They spend a lot of money here.
Actually,
Oh, we got a caller. Hello.
All right, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello?
Hello. How are you today? How can we help you?
I'm pretty good. Yes, sir. I have a question. I've been investing in real estate for about 5 years now. I started off with single-family properties.
Is your name Donnie?
Hello?
Is your name Donnie? Donnie from West
Who?
Virginia? Are you Donnie from West Virginia? Used to work for me?
No, no,
Okay.
sir. My name is Michael Parker. I'm from South Carolina.
All right. I'm sorry. You sound like a guy that worked for me.
you think everybody.
It's that Southern tang.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you've been in real estate for the past 5 years. What do you got? What do you own?
I have 5 properties. I've pretty much been, just working my day job and saving my money up and paying cash for them. I pretty much bought one every year, just saving my money from working my job. But I was wanting to scale, and most the big properties I look at around here, bigger properties, they're asking 80, 90, 100 a door, and they're renting for the same price that I'm buying my single-family properties for $30,000 and $40,000.
Yeah, in this market, it's crazy right now. You near Columbia, South Carolina?
I'm near Greenville.
Greenville? I went to Fort Jackson. I spent 2 months of hell in Fort Jackson, man. That's in the summertime is rough. But listen, seriously, you gotta do what you know. You're a smart guy. You already got 5 places. Okay? If the apartments are too much right now, which I'm not buying any apartments, I'm not gonna pay $100 a door. So you got to keep doing what makes sense and makes you money. If you're doing good with buying the 40 and 50 and you can still find them, can you find any?
Yes, sir.
What are they, houses, mobile homes? What are they?
They're older single-family homes, from the
And when are you
late
fixing
50s,
them up a little?
60s and 70s.
Well, that's your niche right
Yeah,
now.
fixing them up.
Then keep doing it. Keep looking for them. If it works for you, it works. The apartments don't work right now. The numbers don't make sense, even with interest rates being so low. And, all that cash stuff is fine, but, trust me, right now, you want to borrow money. It's only 3% or a little above or something. pull some of your cash out of those properties and use the bank's money, because what it does is it makes you a lot more money with a little bit of your money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So get your hands
But
on some cash.
It's kind of hard to find a loan on, such a low value property.
Listen, the rent is the rent determines the value. How much is the average rent on those houses?
$600 to $700.
Okay, so let me tell you right now, $600-700. Those houses are worth at least 60 or 70 grand, easy. Any bank's going to give you an appraisal on that. Why don't you package them together? Why don't you go to a bank and say, here, I got 5 houses. They're bringing in $700 a month. That's $3,500 a month. Okay, that's worth about 50 grand a year. 40, what is that? 35 times 12? Get a calculator, Aaron. Anyway, that's about, what is that, 40 grand a year or something like that?
Like 50
Yeah,
something.
420.
Believe me.
It's 420.
Go to a bank, a local bank that knows who do you bank with?
I bank with a local bank.
Did you
the
ask
People's
them?
Bank of
All
Iowa.
right, did you go
Do
in
what?
there? Did you go in there and say, hey, I got these 5 houses. They're making $3,500 a month. You want to give me a loan on them?
I'm gonna do that.
Do that, trust me. And then take the money you got and then go out and buy as many houses that you can keep buying for 40 or 50 grand or whatever and renting them, Because look at it this way. You're making money, do whatever makes you money, okay? That's what you got to do. Keep doing what you're doing. You're a smart guy. All right?
Okay.
Have a good
Yes,
day.
sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Can't go to apartments. How many? I turn down 10 apartment deals a day because they don't make
Yeah,
sense.
it's too expensive right now.
They don't make
The
sense.
numbers
Crazy.
just don't make. It just doesn't make sense. You're absolutely right.
And then I'm reading the news. You know who's coming here paying top dollar? Canadians. Because Canadian real estate's crazy. They just spent $100 million on a building. It's brand new. It's in a good area in Tampa on a marina. They spent $100 million, 300 units. That's 300 a door. Hey, how are you? Hey, when you're...
Are you safe? Are you safe?
I hear
Is
the police.
everything
Are you
okay?
running for the police right
Is
now?
everything all right? Are you safe?
Hello?
Hey, how are you? It's Ben. How can we help you?
Oh, Ben. It's great to talk to you.
Right. How are you? How can we help you?
I'm doing good. Hey, listen, I got an apartment here in Madison, Wisconsin, and I need to remodel the bathroom in it, but it currently has a tenant. How should I go about doing that?
Why do you need to? Can I ask why do you need to remodel it? If it has a tenant, is the tenant telling you to remodel the bathroom? Why should you remodel the bathroom?
Well, it's pretty rough shape. This winter it has problems with the drain.
So it's in need of
the drain
remodel
freezes
for
up.
repairs because you, as the landlord, feel that it needs to be fixed to make it better for the tenant.
Is the tenant complaining about it?
Exactly.
Is the tenant complaining?
No, tenant's not complaining.
Well, I mean,
What's wrong with it exactly? If the tenant's not complaining, you want to keep the tenant, don't you? You happy with the tenant?
I'm sorry.
Are you
I'm happy
with
with the tenant.
Then why
I
don't
just
just
think
go
I could
with-
get more money if it was remodeled, and it's like it needs to be done.
well, the only time typically that you can do these type of remodels, as you per se, is when the tenant vacates the apartment. You really don't want to go into somebody's apartment while they're living in there and start remodeling.
Well, if you have their
And then-
permission.
yeah, but if it's a 1 bathroom, then you're really you're gonna be in trouble because then they don't have. But if it's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath or something like that, if you have their permission, then yeah, you can do it. But
let me ask you a question. Are you in a lease with this tenant right now? You have a lease with them?
Yep, 1 year lease. They just re-signed for another year.
So they're there for at least another year, right?
Yep.
And there's nothing.
Next year.
Then there's nothing you can do if that tenant's there for another year. Keep the tenant happy. Do whatever the tenant wants you to keep the rent coming in. You're not going to get more money out of them during the lease period. You're locked in. So do whatever it takes. Just keep the tenant happy. Don't spend the money right now, and just that's part of management. There's nothing you can do.
if it's not broke, I mean, don't fix it. I mean, if it's
Don't
working
fix it.
and everything, if it's working and everything's good and the tenant's not complaining, then then
You're stuck in a
there's
lease.
no problem. Then you're good.
Yeah.
If the tenant now, if you next year you want to tell the tenant, hey, I'm looking for an increase in rent next year, but in lieu of that increase of rent, I'm going to remodel your bathroom. I'm going to remodel your kitchen. You can make that deal up front with them. You can tell them, listen, it's going to be a $300 increase in rent, but you're going to get a new bathroom and a new kitchen. I'm going to do it during these times, during this date, and you can do that if you want, but I would do that upon lease renewal. I wouldn't
Unless
go in
the tenant's willing to do it now.
Right.
The tenant can say, okay,
Yep.
you remodel the bathroom, I'll give you another couple $100 a month. You can make that deal too. Everything's negotiable, but I wouldn't worry about it right now. I'd be worried about going out and buying another house.
Okay, find another house.
Hell yeah.
Unless there's a problem with the toilet, or unless there's a problem with the bathroom right now. I mean, there's no reason to do that. You don't want to be a slumlord. You want to fix things if it's bad. You don't want to do that. I mean, if the toilet's not working appropriately and the sink's not working appropriately, if you have to use a pair of pliers to turn on the sink, then no, you want to replace it. But if everything's working as it should be and it looks like it's supposed to, and it would pass an inspection from a housing authority or a local state.
And now I got a question. Is it a single family home or is it multiple units?
It's a duplex, so it's the downstairs of the.
If the other unit vacant, because what we've done sometimes is we've moved people to a renovated unit, and then you get to renovate that unit, or even a non-renovated unit. You can move them next door for a little bit, so you can make the repairs and then move them back in.
Okay.
I mean, almost whatever it takes to get it done how you feel, because it might be something that you want to get fixed that's been bothering you.
Tell the tenant while you're remodeling, you'll order a porta-john.
We try to take a call so you can eat, and he's still.
Tell the tenant, hey, don't worry, I'll put a porta potty out here while I'm fixing up your bathroom.
Yeah, that doesn't sound bad.
I have a porta potty.
There you go. Hey,
the city will have a field day with that one. Outhouses are
all right. We gotta go.
Allowed.
Have a good day.
Okay. Yeah, thanks you guys.
Go buy another duplex.
I like the show.
Go buy another duplex. Hurry up. Bye.
All right,
remodel that one. Raise
Get
the
that
rent.
one. The tenants are in there. Leave them alone.
If you're in a rural area,
all right, what else
that
you got,
could
Rapal?
work.
Come
Porta
on.
potty.
Hello?
You could have ate that whole sandwich
I
while
could
we
eat
were
the whole
talking to that
sandwich.
guy.
Yeah, all right.
And then you could have.
So aggressive.
Next
He's even
caller.
aggressive
Next
with the
caller. I need the
sandwich.
next
I feel
caller.
bad for the sandwich.
Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Ben Senior, he's finishing up a bite to eat. We haven't eaten all day, and he's just grabbing a bite, but he can hear you.
How are you?
Go
How
ahead.
are you? How are you? How can we help you?
What's up? So I have a question. I'm in Daytona Beach Shores, right? I have a contract for this property. It's $17 million property, beachfront, and I'm basically trying to figure out how much should I be paying a key for something in Daytona beachfront.
Something just sold in Daytona Beach right now for like $110 a door. It was over there in Daytona Beach.
Well, number one, you're in Daytona Shores, right?
It's a little nicer.
Yeah, Daytona Beach Shores.
Daytona Beach Shores is better than Daytona Beach, but
Right
anyway,
by that Publix, I
you
bet.
said 17 million?
Yeah.
All right, you're talking about the La Playa, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know the hotel.
That thing's been on the market for
Listen,
5 years.
I just sold out of Daytona, okay? And I'm just telling you my opinion. You do what you want. You can't find decent help in Daytona. I'm sorry. And the La Playa, from what I understand, didn't you inspected Vincent? Vincent was there.
Just the number
The
has to
place
be
needs a
right.
shitload of work.
Every room.
I like that.
When was the last time?
Is
Is it open right now?
No.
I think so.
I
Is
don't
it
think it's
open,
No.
sir? It's not open.
And the pool needs to be redone, and the flooring, the foundation.
Oh, my
Has
God.
a restaurant on the roof
yeah, the
and
restaurant on the
everything.
I think the La Playa is a knockadaya.
I don't know,
Knock
you
it
might wanna
down,
be
baby.
careful.
Yeah, I feel
Bit
like
of a
it
physical
could be a
engineer.
nightmare.
Inspect
That's
that
why I
one.
wanted to get a
Man, you
little
got to
bit
have
of
big,
feedback
deep
on it.
pockets to get involved with that. And then let me tell you something. Daytona, for some reason, I don't know why, because they don't fix up the town, doesn't bring in all the money from Orlando. It's a 40-minute drive. If I was Disney, I would have bought up the whole goddamn beachfront
It's
in
got the
Daytona.
beach, you're right.
Disney fucked up. They should have done that. But I mean, Daytona's kind of it's not it's a place where people like to get drunk and party and bikers and school breakers and
I mean, you'll make money.
you know,
out there
Vincent
in
had a good
Daytona.
time living there.
You'll make money out there for the
And have you
holidays
guys-
and the events.
We used to
and
own the
all that.
Mayan. We owned the Mayan right there by the pier. And Vincent half fixed it up and abandoned it.
So that-
And he got so fed up
sold it
with
for
it.
what, like 81
Who the
a
hell
door?
replaced him?
Julio.
Julio saved your ass.
Yeah, it was,
Anyway,
So
you better
have
be
you
that's
also,
too
have
big
you
of a
heard
deal.
of Valdosta, Georgia? It's like an hour outside of Florida.
That's not bad. We were looking at some things out there,
Valdosta,
but
Georgia.
as soon
I've
as you
heard of it,
cross
but I
the
don't know
state
anything about it.
lines- As soon as you cross the state line,
Yeah, right now I'm getting a 56 unit over there, and I have the contract locked in for about 2.2. I got it for about 41 a door.
Well, that sounds good, but are you going to be able to keep it full? Can you keep it full and occupied?
So right now so far it has good tenant history. It's 100% occupied. The rents are about 700, 750. So it seems like a good cash flow property.
Sounds
What
like
do
a
you
home
guys think
run.
about that area.
Sounds like a home run. I mean, if you're only paying about, you would say 40, 50 a door, 40 a door?
41 a door is what I have it
All
locked
right,
down.
if you're
at
paying 41 a
56
door
units.
and you're collecting $600 or $700 a month,
Great
and you
deal.
keep the place full, then it's a home run. Hurry up, close that deal, and get that place fine-tuned, running good, and you got a nice cash flow and you got a good asset. Because you could probably flip it for about 70, maybe. If you got that place full and running right, you could probably flip that place for about at least a high 60s to 70. So you made at least 25 grand a door. You made $1 million the day you signed that deal. You better hurry up and close that damn deal in this market.
Yeah, that's the goal. I think I am going to end up closing on that one. And one last question. Do you guys have any interest in Gainesville, Florida? What's your take on that?
You know, we did some work in Gainesville.
It's a college town. So if you're doing college,
Yes and no.
Well, okay, yes.
If you're near the
Then
college,
you're doing
it's
good.
a college town. But you go to the other side of town where we were, or some place I turned down, it gets pretty rough. So
Yeah,
Gainesville
everything
is a
I'm doing
great
in
town.
Gainesville is college rental.
You want to stay around the college. That's where your money's at.
Gainesville is the
around
best
that
school in the
college.
whole state. You know, one of the best in the country. So, Gainesville, if you can manage it and you can handle it and you get a good price, you know what you're doing because you only paid 41 a door. So, you know what you're doing. Gainesville's a good place, but, if you're going to have a big building there, you better manage it. Because, it's a lot to manage students. We had a 500-bed student property once, and it's heavy management. It's triple the management because you're renting by the bed.
Yeah.
If you rent by the bed, you're really tough.
You got conflicts between students and roommates.
Gainesville's a good place to invest in, as long as you stick to the student and the university, or people that work for the university. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, right now I got a place that's right by the university for 130, and I have the rooms rented out at 600 a room, so it's doing pretty good.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep it up. Keep it up. You know what you're doing. All right. You have a great weekend.
Sounds
Take
good.
care.
And don't forget about Tallahassee
Thanks.
either. That's another great college
Tally.
town.
Benson just likes Tallahassee because that's where he hung out at and went to college
There's
at.
a lot of opportunities in Tallahassee too.
Uh-oh, that's your gate.
Don't sleep on
Somebody's at
Tallahassee.
my gate. I'm security.
41 a door, $41,000 a door. That's what it means. It means that he purchased the place for
FedEx, okay,
$41,000
thank you.
a door.
But I mean, we were
So if
looking
you
at
bought
the
10
same
doors,
deal.
it
I
was
really need a camera to come up.
$410,000 for that asset. That's what 41 a door means.
We were looking at the same deals. You're trying to cross the state lines out of Florida just to get a couple thousand off a door. I mean, when you're in Florida, you're paying 60, 70 a door, when right across the border is
There's a
30 to
property
40.
that's sold in Brooksville
right in
for
Georgia.
$50 a unit.
Yeah, those
It's
are the
in
areas it
rural
hits
area.
first. Then it trickles into the better
Rural
neighborhoods.
area. I had
Hey,
delinquency
FedEx is there at the door
problems
for you,
and
okay?
stuff like that, and
All right, bye.
so prices are coming down.
That's
I've
how you
seen
know
that.
it's coming
Prices are
down
coming
because
down.
those places get hit first because they're always cheaper than the bit.
And why are the prices all of a sudden coming down? The
Why?
coronavirus.
It's not just the coronavirus.
I heard you coughing earlier. Don't be coughing over here next to me.
It was a piece of steak in my throat from a sandwich.
Oh no, itching and coughing.
Coughing and cursing.
What do you
Wait,
think?
they make this
All
stuff
right.
in China.
Who knows?
What do you think about the
There could have been
coronavirus?
some Corona
I'm
lips on
interested.
that pipe before you bought it.
I'm interested in what you think about the coronavirus so far. I know
We
it's
just talked-
changing.
we talked about the coronavirus.
Hey, it's Ben. How you doing? How can we
Oh,
help
did?
you?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Oh my God.
yes.
Yeah. So I live in upstate New York. I came from the Bronx originally. All right. So I'm 21. I was able to get a loan from my parents to get a couple of residential properties.
You got nice parents.
Yep, sure do.
Yeah. So right now I'm at like 22 apartments.
22 apartments?
Yeah.
How old
I'm
are
at 22
you?
Apartments.
How old are you?
21.
21, and he went out
He's
and
got
bought
one more
22
apartment
apartments.
than he has years. I like it.
You guys should all be ashamed of
We're
yourselves.
all
What are you
stuck
talking
in
about? I
it.
was running 100 units.
Yeah,
when
he
I
went
was
out and took his
21.
father's money, and he invested it, and he made this shit happen.
How
Your
did you
parents
get-
didn't help you, did they?
Who? His parents.
They only
helped
did
him.
was give you the money, right?
Yeah, they just
Man,
loaned
he
me.
loved putting
I
other
mean,
he's on
people
a
down.
great apartment.
Oh,
Good job,
man.
sir.
Hater.
We congratulate you. Good job.
Yeah,
21,
you got
hustling.
22
Because you know what, you're
apartments.
smart for not taking that death row contract that he got. You know, we're on a Suge Knight contract right now where we can't move, we can't do anything without the record label.
Ding, ding.
Hanging
Where's
it
my
over
carrot to
us,
hold?
so you
Hey,
did
where you
great.
go? So how can we help
And
you?
he's a millionaire
All
today.
right, so let me
Yeah,
tell you,
so
you're
right
a
now,
brilliant
I've been
guy.
planning
So
on,
what's up?
on
I'm
putting-
sorry. Good.
hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
I've
ahead.
been planning to put them together like as a big portfolio, and just sell it back, like all of them in like one package.
You want to
Um,
sell? What happens if you package them together and just refi, and then keep them? Can they still cash flow if you refi?
I did an owner refinance. I mean, I'm not too sure how to do it with the banks and stuff. I mean, I always thought about refinancing them.
Why do you
but-
want to sell? Why do you want to sell?
Wait, who's got the loan on the place now?
Is it all
Because these properties, they need a lot of work, and there's a lot of maintenance involved with them. I'm there like pretty much every day for like the past year.
So
just, like-
who's got the loan on them right now? A bank, or the
No,
owners?
it's the owner. It's the owner finance.
Okay, so
So
owner
the,
finance.
The owner's still holding, yeah.
Okay, so the owner's holding the paper on it.
All right.
Yeah,
So
so-
you want to sell them, and what are you gonna do with the profit? You got profit in them if you sell them?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a commercial kind of thing that I'm selling it as, because like I bought it when it was producing probably like 9,000 a month, gross, obviously, and then now it's like grossing closer to like 11.4. So like I increased it like a couple thousand, and then like that translates like annually. It's making a lot more annually. And like the cap rate, you know, I bought it at like a higher cap rate, and I'm planning to sell it like at 13-14% cap rate.
Sell it lower than
you know,
that.
whatever you feel is best. If you think you can make some big money on selling it, then do that. I don't know. Sometimes you get just as much refinancing than you get from the market after you pay all your closing costs and commissions. You think about that.
Yeah, but he wants to move on to the
So
next
what? The
deal.
place need
But
maintenance. The
if I
bank will still give
refinance,
you a
I'll have
loan
to- I'll
on
have
them.
to, like keep them and stuff. I mean, I don't really want to keep them for too long. I'd rather move on to like a commercial property, like use
This
the
is
entire
This is
amount
what,
that I
a bunch
get
of
from
spread
it.
out houses is
Put
what
it
it
as a
is.
down payment on a commercial, like I don't know, like a complex or something.
All
I don't
right,
know.
then go for it. I mean, you got to find the right broker that can package them together. You know, that does like small commercial deals. So package them
What do
together,
you think
22
about like
house
gas
portfolio.
stations? Like as like a triple net, like if I find a property with a triple net lease in place already.
I
Gas stations, you
Any
gotta be
any
careful.
commercial lease has to do with, you know, the tenant itself, how strong the tenant is, and how long the
Yeah.
lease is. You know, you gotta be
My
careful with
main
gas
game
stations.
plan
'Cause
is to buy something with like a high cap rate or like decently high, and just increase the net income, whether it's increasing rents or lowering expenses, and just sell it back, and just do that forever. That's what I'm planning to do, because I feel like that's probably like the highest return that I'm ever gonna get. Like,
I mean, that's
and
the
make it big
ultimate
in real
goal. That's
estate.
what my dad did. Basically, in a nutshell. That's what
all
you
right,
do. You
listen.
buy and
So
love.
what's the problem? You want to package up 22 houses, take them to the market? Go ahead. What's the problem?
I mean, I'm right now. I'm just like deciding on what kind of commercial properties, whether it's a gas station, a complex, an office space, retail. Like, I'm not sure. Like,
You got to
what my
find
route
which
is.
one you can make money in. Everybody, we all live in different places. We all have different levels of finance. We all have a different situation. You got to find out what's the best situation for you. Okay, what's going to make you the most money? It might be buying houses. Who the hell knows? You got to do whatever your area lets you do. You can't make shit happen. Whatever you feel you can make money at, you got to do. Can you rent office space out? I can't. I wouldn't touch an office in a 10-foot pole, and I wish I could. I'm struggling in retail right now, trying to rent my retail out. I mean, apartments, they're great. You can always rent them out. They're always worth money. But, you got to find what works for you in your situation.
Yeah, know your market.
Mm-hmm.
Look at your market, determine what's hot in your market, and then go after that type of asset class. That's the best thing to do. Is
I mean, I'm
analyze
planning
your
to
market.
sell everything and just move wherever I have to move, because I'm not tied up anywhere really. This is
Well,
what I
that's
do
a
for
big thing to
full-time
sell
job.
everything, to sell everything and make a move. That's a big thing on your shoulders right now to deal with. Then you worry about what you're going to do with the money later. But go for it, all right? Good luck to you.
Okay. I always wanted to talk to you, Ben.
All right,
Thanks for taking the
thanks
time
for
to talk to me.
listening. We appreciate it. All right, Aaron, what are you going to do? When are you going to buy your first house?
I'm 18.
Why? Why wait?
Can you be a member of an LLC before you're 18? No, you can't sign a legal binding contract.
I have to
so
be
therefore
18.
you can't sign the operating agreement.
How about if I buy the school you're going to live in? So then
Buy
you're
the
also
school.
not only a
Holy
student there,
shit. Wait,
you're
we're
the
gonna have
owner
to talk
there.
about a raise because you're really rich. Now you know
No,
about
the school
buying
makes
school.
money. I've seen boarding schools. I've seen boarding schools for
Oh, they
sale.
make good money. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
How about if I go to that one that Trump went to,
You're gonna buy
and
it.
I make them an offer and we buy it, and then you're there as a student,
But you also
but
gotta
you're
run
also
it.
representing yourself as the owner.
I'll do it.
They will. You will be picked on because you're the
Picked on.
the
They will
owner's
fear
son
him.
at the
They'll
school.
fear him.
They'll fear him. I don't know.
The teachers work for us, so you better watch your step.
Even like having teachers fired, be like, you got an F, I got a what? Oh, you got an A.
All right, Rafal, who else needs some help out there? Let's see. Come on, everybody, get out there and buy some real estate. Buy something that generates you money without you having to be there. It's the greatest thing in the world.
It is.
You give somebody a box,
But you
they
do
pay
have
you
to
money
be
every
there.
month. Well, not
You
really.
do have to be there. It's not
Once in
that
a
easy.
while.
You got to be there.
You're never there.
I'm always there.
Hey, it's Ben. How you doing? How can we help you?
Hey, Ben, how you doing? It's John from Rockaway Beach, Queens.
Rockaway Beach? What street in Rockaway Beach? Wait, don't tell me. I bet you're from the 20s or the 30s, right?
Well, actually, 118th Street in Rockaway.
118th Street. You're from Bell Harbor. I used to stand at the bus stop on 116th Street right there in front of the bar.
Yeah, I used to patrol by the 40 houses, right where you lived.
Are you a
in
cop?
Redfern over there.
Were you a cop?
I was, yeah.
What
yeah,
year?
I was, yeah.
What year?
I'm sorry?
What year?
96, way after you.
Oh, thank God. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey,
But I saw your house. I used to go by that house a lot.
540 Beach 43rd Street. I'd walk up and down that street while the fucking crazy wild dogs would chase me. I had to carry a stick with me because of the fucking. We had wild dogs in the neighborhood.
You sent me to go do grass at places that had wild
No,
dogs.
those
I
were
had
drug
to go
dealers.
I had to go cut lawn with wild
Hey,
dogs.
so Rockaway Beach, what precinct were you in?
101.
Yeah, I've been in that precinct. I visited that precinct a couple of times when I was young. Hey, but I had not a blood relative, but I had an Uncle Andy McGee. He was my father's best friend, and he was a cop there. And sometimes I could throw his name out there and get out of trouble, but sometimes I couldn't. So how are you today? You're not still in Rockaway, are you?
Yeah, I got a question for you. So, you're not going to know it. You might know it. But in New York, years ago, there were things called SROs, single room occupancy.
Yeah, single room
So it'd be
occupancy,
like
flop house.
So basically what it is you would have four just rooms, and
one
then the four
bathroom.
people would pay you rent and share one bathroom on each floor.
Yeah, I've
So
stayed
the
in
house
them.
I bought converted to two one-bedrooms on each floor. So now, but the problem I have is I have 1 meter for the whole house with 5 apartments, and I'm paying about $5,000 a month in electric and just adding it to the rent. It's going to cost me about $10,000 to put a new electric meter in and put 5 meters plus 1 meter for the common area. Should I do that?
Is the city going to let you do that? Is it zoned, you know?
One electrician said no, but then another electrician said, yeah, you could do it, because now you have 5 apartments. You don't have room.
I mean, normally if you can legally add in electric meters and relieve yourself from paying the bill, that's always the best investment. We, believe it or not, I'm not kidding you, we bought 1,000 apartments in Texas, and my son, Big Shot over here, he went in, you spent how much? You put 1,000 meters in. It was more than $1 million, wasn't it?
It was $1 million.
$1 million you spent. But, hey, it relieved us from a $200,000 a month electric bill.
Like 10 grand an apartment or something.
And then we just, made the tenant pay it, and the rent stayed the damn same. So, yeah, I mean, I would do it if you can legally get it done. Yes, absolutely. Because
The way I
the
heard
problem
was,
is, wait. But how are you renting it right now? You're not renting it as SROs.
No, they were basically an apartment, and the rent includes the electric and gas, because it's 1 gas meter, 1 electric. I can't change 5 gas meters, but I could put 6 electric meters.
How many units?
Wait.
How many units do you have right now?
You don't have to do all that expensive
5.
stuff.
Yeah, you have 5 units. Are any of them SROs?
No.
You have
They
5
all have their
apartments.
apartment.
They all have their own
a bathroom
bathroom
and kitchen.
Oh,
They have a bathroom and kitchen.
Let me tell you what you do. Instead of
You've done
spending
it.
all that money,
You did it in Cape Coral,
instead
too.
of spending all that money on having the utility companies and everything come in,
New York,
you
do
can
it.
sub-meter it. Sub-meter it. It costs nothing to sub-meter. There's companies out there, they'll come in and they'll do all the equipment for you. And the tenants will have to pay for it when they get the bill. It'll be billed back into the meter with the
But
tenants.
if you ever go to sell it, you want those 5 meters, the real deal meters, especially in New York, because that's value.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
what
in
that's
New
what I'll
York.
do then, because it's probably only going to cost $11,000 to put the meters in.
Well, then
you
that's
know?
not bad. If it's
For
only
all
going to cost
5?
$11,000.
For all what? 3? How many more you need? You only need how many?
Well, I would need 5 meters for the 5 apartments and 1 for the common area.
That's only going to cost you how much?
10, 11,000.
Yeah, I'd do it in a minute. In Bell
Well, you got to
Harbor?
remember in Rockaway, all the electric's new because everybody got 8 feet of water, so everyone has a new panel.
Right.
From Sandy.
So you're
you
just
know?
adding a meter before their panel. I understand. You're just catching it before the 2. I understand. I mean, if you can do that, that's a no-brainer. Always separate it because then you can put the electricity back on the tenant, and then when you sell it, it's worth more because that expense is not going to come off of your ROI.
And you ain't got to collect more money from them. It's a pain in the ass. Plus,
sub-metering
it makes
is-
you look more like a
is
legitimate 5-unit building then. You look more legitimate.
Right, because then you have individual utility meters for each apartment, and that makes it look really legit. He's absolutely right.
All right, Copper.
Hey, Ben, I'm glad you made it out of the ghetto. Congratulations.
Hey, so how long you have? Oh, so you retired a long time ago. Okay.
3 years ago.
But tell everybody, let me tell you something. The 40s Projects was my playground back in when I was 11, 12 years old in 1976, 77, 78. How bad was the 40s Projects?
Well, in '96 it was bad. I mean, the 40 projects, you had Redfern, you had the Edgemere houses. I mean, whenever you got a call,
You forgot
Hamels.
Hamels.
You know?
You forgot Hamels Projects.
Oh well, that's in the 100 precinct, the Hamels.
The
That isn't that
60s.
bad,
Oh, yeah,
you know?
66th Street. It used to be rough when I was a kid. You know, I went to PS 105 in kindergarten right there on Beach Channel Drive. You know what PS 105 is? Right across the Peninsula Hospital. Man, you talk about a rough area, boy. All right, well, you take care and good luck to you.
Take care, Ben.
All right, bye-bye.
We got a fake Donald Trump on the chat.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of fake Donald Trump ones.
Yeah.
Could
Even
be
the real one.
Could be
Even
the
the
real
real
one.
one's fake. All right, here we go, Rapal. What do you got? Man, he started giving me bad memories. Cops from Far Rockaway. Holy shit. I was bad. I wasn't mean, but I was bad. You know.
You were not the.
It's all in who you hang out with.
Bruce.
If you hang out with people, hey,
Bob
Ben,
Bruce.
how are you today? Bob Bruce, how are you?
Bob Bruce.
Hey, Ben, I'm calling about your jet.
The
I'm
jet.
calling to find out what's it cost you to run it and what kind of jet it is. I'm just curious.
It's a Dixie Cup jet.
It's it's made by, who's it made by? It's called, what do you call it? You know, don't you?
Aaron knows it all. Tell him,
It's
Aaron.
the Beechcraft.
It's the Premier
Beach jet.
One.
Beechcraft.
Yeah, Beechcraft.
Who's it made by?
Hawker.
No, it's not made by Hawker. But Bombardier, no.
It's literally called Hawker Premier One Beach Jet.
Premier. It's Premier Beach Jet. Yeah, Premier makes it.
That's the name.
And then do you hire your own pilots or do you hire them by the hour? How does that work? What's your cost per hour to fly that?
Aaron flies it.
flies
No,
the
I'm
whole
just kidding.
thing.
He does sit up there in the cockpit, but no. What we do is there's a guy that's at the local airport, little airport here in St. Pete. He runs like 6 planes for 6 different guys. You know, so he handles everything. He's got a handful of pilots that are on call. He coordinates everything and keeps the plane on its maintenance. He handles all the billing. He takes care of everything. He's worked his weight in gold. So
If knowing what you know now and what you do around the country of Florida, would you have bought the jet sooner knowing what you know now or not?
I wasn't really ready. I feel like now, I'm ready for it. I deserve it now. I was trying to earn that level, years ago. But now I feel like at least I earned that level. It's a low level, it's only a 6-seater, but it makes my life a lot convenient and easier. So I feel like I deserve it, and it's money well spent because I use it for real estate too. So
I think everybody who owns real estate wants to have their own jet and
Well,
plane.
because
and
you can
it's
get
nice
where you
to
wanna
see that you're
go.
so successful in doing it.
Well, you get where you want to go, and you do what you got to do, and you get back. The other day, I told Lil Ben, I said, hey, I got a prop plane, too. I still got that twin prop plane,
We're using it this
414.
week coming up.
I told him, listen, if you're going to waste 3 hours on the road each way, 6 hours, and there's 3 of you, him and maybe 2 managers, take the goddamn plane, because the plane will get you here in 30 minutes. You get your ass down there, you get to work. You know, all that time on the road fucks everything up, pardon my language. So, I you know, it definitely helps us because we're shooting around Florida everywhere. So you get in and you get out. All right? Very good.
Well,
have a good weekend.
Thank you very much.
On that plane?
Have a good weekend. What else you got for me, Ron? What?
You have a toilet on the plane?
No. Yeah, there is,
Yeah, there
but
is. There's not a
I asked him, I said, listen, can I put a, because normally on those planes, if you have a special seat belt,
Right.
you can count the toilet as a seat. That's where Aaron used to sit. We'd make him go sit in the toilet, and all the adults would have the seats. But this plane, he said, they didn't design the toilet for a seatbelt, and it would take all kinds of drawings. He said it would cost me $85,000 to convert that into a toilet that the FAA would let you sit on.
But it
So I
does add
spent it.
value to the plane, though.
Nah, it's just a
Maybe
good
not as much
convenience if you want
value.
to take another passenger and you can handle the weight. It doesn't really add no
And
value.
I thought you started getting into planes because all your big shot friends.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
started
yeah.
getting
Hello.
bigger shot friends, so then they
Yeah,
had
yeah,
planes,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, wait.
At least I got friends. Hey, it's Ben. How are you? How can we help you?
Oh, hey, great. Is this me?
This is you. Who are you?
Oh, hey, Ben. Hey, this is Tom McKay. I'm a investor. Background similar to your own. Got a couple questions for you too, because you got young Ben there. I got 4 kids. My youngest boys, they're twins. They're in real estate and they're 16, and they see me running all my retail stuff, much like what you do. And I was wondering how you started, Ben.
How did I start in real estate?
How he started us.
No, how you started your son. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you how he started
He
me.
threw you in there.
He basically said, "I'm cutting you off, and you can come work for me." I was in college. Come on, that's basically what he said. I was in college.
You weren't attending college. You were in college, but not attending.
I was attending most of the
You were
classes.
staying home getting stoned every day.
It was a lot of things. Anyway, so I was attending college, and he basically said, "Hey, I'm gonna cut you off, or you come manage this building for me." No, I don't know. He got me started. Actually, let me not lie. He got me started younger than that. So he got me started by helping him out. Anything that he was doing, he asked me to help him. So if he had to stuff envelopes, then I was stuffing envelopes with him. If he was going to properties,
cutting
cutting
anything.
grass, or doing landscaping, then
You would do it. I wouldn't do it. I
Well,
send you out to do it when you're old enough.
Yeah, that's true.
As soon as you got your driver's license, go cut the lawn in front of that place. We got a buyer coming.
Right,
Go
that's
over here
true.
and do this. Go buy this.
But if we were fixing houses, I was involved. I was
construction.
I liked working with my hands and hammering and hanging sheetrock and texture boy. I was the texture boy, is what they called me. So I did a lot of the stuff hands-on when I was growing up. So that's kind of how I got involved. And then as I got older, I said, shit, I didn't really want to work with my hands that much. At least I saw my dad not doing it. And I said, I got to have that job. So I started to learn what he was doing and how to manage the stuff with your mind and how to you know.
And Vincent was the opposite. The first thing Vincent ever learned in real estate, I'm going to one of my job sites on a Friday to pay everybody. I'd run around town every job site. I'd stop at this big old Victorian house in West Oakland. I had a crew of guys painting the whole place outside, and then the tenant comes out. And she sees me writing checks because I just put my check out on the hood. I put my check on my hood of my old Cadillac. I'd start writing checks out of a book to pay everybody for the week. And Vincent, the lady comes out. She sees me writing checks. Says, "Write me up a 40. No, a 30. Write me up a 30." She wanted me to write her a $30 check. You know, I'd loan money to tenants sometimes. Right. So, and I might have given it to her. I want to buy a radio. And I love my tenants. So Vincent was like, I don't know, 7 or 8. Yeah. And he's sitting there, standing with me over there outside the car, and he goes, "Write her up at 30. Give her a 30-day notice." And that lady got so pissed. She saw that little kid just, we called clown her back in those days, and she just ran in the house, slammed the door, and never got $30.
Give her a 30-day notice.
Yeah.
Anyway, get your kids in early. Get them in young. Get them in early.
Yeah, you get concerned on how you want to direct them. You know, because you don't necessarily, not everybody has the same path. Not everybody can make it as a real estate investor if they don't have a little sell in them. I mean, anybody can buy and sell, I think, but not everybody's cut out for the same wheeling and dealing.
Everybody has a different level. Everybody should own one income property. I don't care if it's a house, a duplex, something that has positive cash flow that's operating without you being there. If you're on a lower level, then fine, own a house, own a duplex. If you like it and you want to climb, then climb. But everybody needs some sort of subsidy income. That's what I call it, subsidy income, because it's sitting there subsidizing. I'm not spending no time with it, Pretty much that's what real estate's all about. You give somebody a place to rent, they pay the rent. If it's something broke, you fix it and you leave it the hell alone.
Yeah, for you now.
Yeah,
in general,
and I'm with you on that
house,
too.
Come on.
And when I was younger, there was a lot more opportunity, and I think there's a bunch now. I'm actually curious what you think about this, Ben. I got a lot of owner finance real estate deals back when real estate was 10% owner finance, and people could, but even then people could get 10% on their money in the bank. It ain't like that. So I keep thinking there's big opportunities for owner finance property for a lot of these young guys that don't have credit, right?
Listen, anybody out there that got owner finance properties back in the day when you had to do it, whatever reason you did it, now's the time to go to the bank. The banks are starving for loans, okay? And the interest rate is low. Now's the time for every single person that's paying more than 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10% interest to anybody. Now's the time to go to the bank because you're cutting your goddamn bill down. That's what it's all about in real estate. It's not so much always how much you can charge, it's how much can you save. And now's the time to get all that owner financing and convert it into conventional financing. All right, what else you got? What else you got? Come on, I gotta get home. My wife's bitching at me. What do you got?
Next caller.
Next caller. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you calling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's not exactly how I got started in real estate.
Bullshit, it was.
Technically,
What were you doing?
The story you started telling was my story. I was in college and
that was your
he
story.
called me and said, "You're getting cut off, or you better come work for me because the market was crashing. You had a shitload of properties.
The market was crashing, and Vincent came in and saved our
your
company.
ass." He said, "Oh my God,
story.
Orlando
Keep going.
is
Please
falling through."
It's great. It's great. I
He
love
said
this
Orlando is falling through. I got deals falling through.
Oh, I remember this deal.
I
He's
need
talking
someone
about
personally to go to
outrigger.
Orlando and
You
rent
did
up
send
every
him to
apartment.
pretty bad neighborhood. I do remember that.
That's
He
where you
stuck me in
start.
Orlando by myself
Okay.
with no. He didn't even
pretty
call
bad.
me. He didn't call me for months.
I
you
was
pretty
there.
Much, you didn't. Where the hell were you
What
at?
are you talking about? I used to come down and stay in your apartment. You had an apartment. I'd stay there, and we would run those properties.
We're all
going
to take the same route as them.
Aaron's learning
All
finance
right.
and business.
Go to college.
Hello.
They both drunk out of college.
Aaron, you
Hold
want
on,
to be
caller.
honest.
Hold on, caller.
I rented
How we doing?
100 apartments in my life.
All right,
at
how are you?
least.
How can we help you? We're not here for you. We're here for him.
When
How
you
are you?
start talking mess, I gotta defend
Shut up.
myself.
So I'm looking at a property on 192 in Kissimmee. What do you guys feel about that?
192 in Kissimmee is also called, is that Earl Bronson Highway? Is that what it's called, 192?
Yeah, west.
You lived in
West
Orlando
Earl
for
Bronson.
10 years.
I know where all that is.
Is that Earl Branson?
I don't remember.
Is it
anybody
Earl
else's.
Branson? Well, you got to get in where you fit
Bronson.
in. Earl Bronson Highway. It sounds
Branson.
rich, but it ain't.
Idea.
Did they just open up a new Jimmy Buffett's resort there on that street?
Yes, Margaritaville.
Margaritaville.
Kissimmee.
All right, so what's the story? What are you buying there? An empty hotel? It's still a dump.
Yeah, no, it's not empty. So it's a 20-room motel with a restaurant bar and
my
food
God.
delivery.
Yeah, 20 rooms? You can't make no money on 20 rooms.
Maybe if he does it himself.
Well,
Oh,
my
yeah,
thought
let's
was
go run a
my thought
hotel
was
by yourself.
Airbnb.
He's going to change the sheet himself, too?
I don't know. You don't know his situation.
You might be right about the Airbnb. I take it back. But, I don't know.
So here's the question: is the owner is willing to finance 50%? Can I get a hard money loan for the other 50% and use his 50% as the down, like creative financing?
You can do whatever somebody will let you do. If you can get a hard
Well,
money lender.
how would I go about finding a hard money lender that would even entertain that? That's my problem right now.
What about, you might have to do this. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, there's hard money lenders out there. I don't really deal with them, so I don't know of any. But they're definitely out there. But, I mean, there's no way that you can't get your hands around the property. It's so much easier to borrow money when you actually got your hands around it. There's no way you can come up with the money with this landlord and make a deal. He won't go up to 75% LTV or something like that. He won't.
No,
give
he said 50%. So
how much does he look? How much does he want for 20 compact units? Is the restaurant open?
Yeah, everything's open and running. Occupancy is like 98% on the
Don't
20
believe
rooms, and the restaurant, bar, and delivery service are all making money. So
All right,
it's
so let
all
me ask you
running
this.
up
So how much you paying a guy? How much you paying him?
98% occupancy on a hotel.
How much you gonna pay?
and- So he wants
It's a
wants
small hotel.
1.1 million.
He wants about 50 grand a key. How much the rent on the
55 a
restaurant?
door.
The restaurant independent person. Don't tell me you're running it. The restaurant's leased out, right?
Well, no, it would all be included. So I could if I wanted to, but it's all included.
you got to
in there.
run it.
Shit, that's a fucking loser. You better look at his real books. I never seen a restaurant yet that
That's
made
what I'm
money.
saying.
in a
98%
hotel.
occupied on a 20-unit hotel.
I don't know, but the point
competing
is
with
this:
all those places
you
on
know,
Arlo Bronson.
you
I
can,
don't know.
you know what you can do is, there's brokers out there that might be able to find you a lender. You don't have any
Well,
money.
it's one.
You don't have
it's
any
1
money.
acre on 192. That's got to be worth close to $1 million, anyways, right?
I don't know what's going on next door to it. Any new construction right next door to it? I don't know. where,
Hotels around it. Yeah, it's
a
in
big-
the
yeah,
it's
anything
in the
new.
development zone.
Anything new? Because
Yeah, the problem-
192 is a big street. Is there anything? Who's next door to you? Who's across the street?
It's near
from
the
you?
entrance to Disney World.
Well, it could be a good land play down the road, but you gonna run it yourself?
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
What entrance to Disneyland's over there? I've been to Disneyland a lot of times. I've never been to
that's
an
the
entrance
beginning.
Across
over
the
there.
freeway. Disney's on the other side of the freeway,
Well,
On the
right?
side of the freeway.
Yeah. 192. And the main entrance.
Yeah.
on there.
Okay. So anyway, I mean, you don't have any money?
I do, but I was trying to reserve that for improving that kind of stuff. So I was looking to get into it with almost no money down, maybe closing costs.
If you can get a bank, the problem is who's taking the first and who's taking the second position.
Well, wait a minute. You
That's
might
the
be able
problem.
to get money.
So they
Wait.
the hard money is gonna take
I
first.
got a different scenario. Here we go. You ready?
Yep,
This is
yep,
something
yep.
that makes sense. If you go to a bank, who do you bank? Like whoever you bank with, or somebody. Have you ever borrowed money before?
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
of course.
So you're familiar with it. So you go to a bank or the old
Never
bank.
commercial though. I got to tell you that. So this is my first commercial.
All right.
You know what I mean? I've
All
just done the normal stuff.
I would still go to your bank, all right? And, you may have to approach 3 or 4 banks. Go to them and tell them you're looking for a purchase fix-up on a commercial property. Then what happens is they'll come in and they'll give you everything you need. You might have to put your own money in now, but they'll give you money in portions as you fix it up. You understand what I'm saying? Basically,
Yeah.
you need the
But
money
the
to buy
problem
and the
is
money
that
to
this
fix
is
it up.
not-
They might
it's not
package it.
dilapidated.
Huh?
It's got a new roof, so the fix-ups are going to just be cosmetic, so I can make more money.
Doesn't
but that's
matter.
all right.
They're not-
Banks
that's-
pay for that.
Banks don't care. The banks are loaning me money for furniture right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
TVs, furniture,
anything you do to
sheets.
improve the property is an improvement.
Right.
So go to a bank and look to do a purchase fix-up loan. That's what you need to do. This way you're all working together. It's all packaged together. And then
So you don't think I
wait.
should entertain this guy's
What's the interest rate that he's what's the interest?
9%?
Huh?
9?
9%.
I don't know.
Can you come up with 20% down? You're gonna get the 20% back when you start fixing the place up.
I could, but I would, to tell you the truth, I'd rather try to find out a creative financing where I didn't have to come up with any. Just
Yeah, you
because
need to try to
he's
find a
willing to finance 50.
Go find a mortgage broker that specializes in. There's guys out there.
Yeah, that's the problem. I've been looking, and it's
No,
really
but have
hard
you
to find
found-
somebody that does this kind of
But have you
creative
found?
financing. So.
Well, but have you found guys that sell loans, that sell
Mortgage
you to a
brokers.
bank, like a mortgage bank, a broker?
I've contacted a couple brokers that deal with everything, and they're slow to get back and slow to get. It's just hard to find anybody that's worth the shit.
There's tons of mortgage brokers out there. Even the big names all do mortgage brokering. CBRE, all those big names.
Yeah, but they do big loans.
Yeah,
He's
but
trying
they do
something
little
small.
stuff too. It's still $1 million. They do
He needs a
million.
broker that knows what bank does this type of loan at his level. That's what he needs a broker for.
Yeah.
The brokers know. All right, these banks, Advanta,
Right,
Co-America, they're
The
C
smaller
lenders
banks.
or B lenders.
Lachivia,
Yeah,
stuff
whatever.
like that,
I
right?
don't know.
Do you like 192? I mean,
No.
is that?
I was
is
gonna
that
say,
a-
192.
yeah, not really.
It's not for me. I'm down on
Not really?
Universal. I'm a big shot on I Drive.
No, I know you are.
Maybe
but
for an apartment.
What about your son? He seems to know that area real good.
Can you
Junior?
convert? Are
Yeah,
they
but
big
we don't
enough
want to
to
tell you why
convert?
he knows that area.
It's got the best buffets and it's the cheapest. No.
You know,
Are they big
let
enough
me
to
tell you something.
convert?
One day it's going to be a better area, but I see tourism
Yeah.
actually slowing down, especially this virus thing going on right now. I mean, you know, if
Well,
the
that's
guy-
why I didn't want to compete with 20 rooms. I didn't want to compete with hotels. So I want
Right.
to, I want to turn it into where it's just Airbnb.
Yeah, I think your
So it's not a
Airbnb thing
hotel.
is, why don't you, you know, I don't know. I try to raise the money first, you know, and then refinance with somebody to pull your money back out to fix it up. Maybe that's an option too. You know, or just get your hands on the damn property, rent it out as an Airbnb, and make the money, and then figure out how to slowly fix it up. But get your hands on the property.
Well,
Don't-
that's what
you know,
I'm trying to do. I'm
if you
just trying
can't
to get
fix
in
it
on
up
the
right now,
property.
wait till you save up more money to fix it up from the income of the property. But the whole point is get your hands on the property if you're buying at the right price. All right, you have a good weekend, sir.
Do you think that's a good price for what I told you?
Yeah, I mean, I would want to pay less, but it's all in the numbers.
Yeah.
If his numbers are real and he's renting it out, is he doing our Airbnb himself?
No, he's not doing any advertising whatsoever.
All right,
you
well,
better check
you
bank statements.
You better check his bank statements.
You better check all that.
So he claims to make $258,000.
Tell him to let you see
that's
it.
what he pays tax on. But
Show me the bank
obviously he gets
statements.
tax and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, good luck
thank
to
you,
you.
caller.
Verify. Don't believe nothing nobody tells you,
Always verify.
unless I tell you.
I was just about to say.
And if
unless
I
somebody
tell
tells
you, where can you take it, Aaron, if I tell you?
To the bank.
That's right, and cash it, baby.
What bank?
Any bank. Getting back to
Hey,
you.
lender. Wait, we
Can
got
you
a
hear
call.
me on this thing? Because every
No,
time
you
I
got a call.
talk,
He
you
keeps-
still
Hello.
keep talking.
Switch. Yes, sir.
How can we help you? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Hey, this is Ahmad. I wanted to ask you a question. I was gonna buy a property in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. It was $20,000, and the Section 8 voucher was $800. But I ended up not buying it because the guy wanted just straight cash for it. Do you think that would be a smart move?
I mean, it
to
would have
buy
been a
that
good
kind of
deal.
property?
It would have been a good deal.
If you can find something for $20,000 and
Bring
rent it
it
out for
in.
$800 a month, that's a home run.
Yeah, I mean that would have been a good
So-
deal, but you had to make sure this guy.
do you
Last
mean?
time I dealt with somebody that only wanted cash, he turned out to be a good. He actually owned the car, but I would be worried.
What about
if a
real
person-
estate? Goes through
what if he didn't
title,
own it?
goes through everything.
It
Anyway,
was
the
cash.
point is this: you couldn't
Title
come up with the
company
20
doesn't
grand
come out
cash,
cash.
right?
Okay.
How much can
Yes,
you
I
come
can.
up? Can you come up with the 20 grand cash?
I could come up with the 20 grand cash.
Well,
yes, sir.
what you do is you give him the 20 grand cash, you get your hands on that house, you rent it out to Section 8, you make that money, then you go and get your 20 grand back from the bank.
He wanted it in cash.
No, you want it in actual $100 bills? No,
I'm not sure. I didn't get that far because I moved out of Pennsylvania. Now I'm in California.
You're in a whole other world.
But I'm thinking about moving back just to do some real estate investing because the prices on houses in California are ridiculous.
Listen, you were talking about buying a house in Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh for 20 grand and you can rent for 800, correct?
Yeah.
That's a home run. Imagine if you could do 10 of them.
Yeah.
Go do it and then borrow the money after you close the deal and get your money back. Refinance it if you got to pay the guy all money up front, no financing. That's what he means, cash, not financing.
Also, there's
buy
I
cars
was
here.
looking at another property. It's a 3-unit. It's a triplex.
Buy it if you
Also
can.
Also in Pittsburgh, it's 85 grand, and the rent on each one is about 5 to 600 in the condition it's in.
Can you fix it up and get more rent, maybe? I mean, you know, you're talking about he wants 85 grand for 3 units. 85 divided by 3,
It's like 25,000.
29 a unit.
28.
28,000 a door. I mean, sit down and work the numbers. If you know, but the point is, you got to get loans for these things. You're not going to buy them for cash, right?
I'm not going to buy him I have a little cash to put down on the loan for a down payment, but no, I can't buy him completely in cash.
Listen, buy them any way you can, okay? The point is, you're finding deals. Now you got to buy them and run them and make that
Yeah.
money. That's what you got to do. You're a smart guy, I can tell. You're talking about deals that make 100% sense. And what does sense make, Aaron?
Dollars.
Very good. So that's the story, Jerry. Buy. You know what the hell you're doing. You talk about buying stuff at 20 and 30, 20 a door and renting it out for 800, 700, 600,
that
whatever.
one's a home run for sure.
As long as the rent's not 300, you're okay. If you're paying 30 a door. As long as your rent is above 400 for 40 a door, it's kind of iffy. You're not making a lot of cash flow, but it's still safe. Listen, you know what you're doing. Go get a loan, get loans, go to FHA, do whatever you got to do. And get some real estate because you know what you're doing. You got it. You got your head on straight.
And also, sir, I was that FHA loan is available. My dad was telling me he could put the house we own. We own a house down here in San Diego. It's about worth $600,000, and he wants to put it on my name. Would that be a smart move?
He wants to put it on your name, his house.
Yeah.
Right.
His house.
And
yes, sir.
How much does he owe on the house?
Well, he bought it for about $280,000 back in 2011. Now it's worth about $600,000. I think he owes about $180,000.
He's gonna put it in your name.
Why don't you put it in both names and then whatever or whatever? He could put it in your name if he wants. The point is, anything that you got to show the bank that you got ownership of is gonna help you.
Right.
But would that negate my FHA loan?
You need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, you better talk to the banker first.
Yeah.
But you really need to get that FHA loan. I mean, him giving you the house, if you're going to use it as leverage, it could help you down the road.
Yeah, but
right
first-time home buyers.
Right now, you need to. If you can do an FHA, you need to do an FHA on your own because that puts you on the right track. All right. And then you can buy the 3 units and live in one, whatever. But do it. Just you know what you're doing. Your numbers make sense. Do it. Figure out any way you have to do it. Do it. If you have to borrow, you get your father's equity out of there. He's willing to give you some equity or use it as collateral to put 20% down. Do it. You know what you're doing. Just do it. All right?
I appreciate you.
Take care.
Me
Good luck to you. You buy something for $20,000 a month. You rent it for $800 a month.
Yeah, I know. I was confused.
No
I'm
brainer.
sorry. I thought he was talking about
when they say cash, they mean they don't want to wait for financing and contingencies. You're thinking about being in some rough ass town, Opelika, or hiding in the bankers or afraid to leave the damn bank because the neighborhood's so rough, and you're trying to buy a Rolls Royce and the guy only wants cash.
Yeah, I mean, I got confused. I understand.
And we cleaned that bank out. We had to give him $87.5 in cash to buy you a Rolls Royce.
Thank you. That was also, a good birthday present, and I was working on a deal. He stuck me out in the middle of Fort Lauderdale in a haunted place by myself.
What else you got for Paul? Anything else? Next caller?
One more caller? That's it. Call me, damn it. The Critical Geek says.
Tell people to put their questions in the comments.
Hello.
Hey, it's Ben and gang. How are you? How can we help you? I barely hear him, and I don't
Everybody can hear you eating, though.
I can't hear you, but that's kind of a good thing.
What's up, Rafal? You there,
Caller,
sir?
Oh, there he went. Bye-bye.
All right.
This guy said he's going to...
We got enough for one day or what?
He's going to flip.
Come on. Anybody want to call? Let's do it now. Who's going to the phone? Let's go.
Who we calling? Call somebody.
I still got to do another
Edgar
thing.
Huerta. We're just shooting out people now.
All right, far out.
Can they donate money and then we can
You don't need
chat?
no. You need to start giving
For
some
Rafal.
money.
It's for Rafal.
Ask your brothers what they went and did last night.
It's for Rafal.
While you were out partying, what did you guys? Oh, not you.
Oh, partying.
You and me.
I
Yeah,
was
he
out
was at me
partying.
with a chatty event. Where did you go last night?
To the Blue Jean Ball.
What was that all about?
It's a fundraiser to help the homeless and.
I'm not allowed in those
abuse
things,
victims.
remember?
I didn't even tell him to
You
go.
didn't tell me.
Why aren't you allowed?
Got connections.
You gotta want to be in
He's
it.
not allowed because his conscience don't
So
give a damn
who
about
told you?
nobody.
So somebody invited you to this or what? I don't know
I
anything
got
about
people in the area, you know.
it. So what was the event for?
Homeless and less fortunate, abuse victims.
No way.
Everything.
How much did you donate?
Enough.
Hey, how are you doing? How can we help you?
You talking to me?
Nah, we are now. Sorry about that. We didn't know you were on the line.
No,
How you
we're all
doing?
good.
How can we help
I
you?
can't believe you called. So, Jesus, sorry, I'm a cause my wife just almost knocked over a display.
Don't say Jesus. Aaron got in detention for saying Jesus in school last week. All right, go for it. What's up?
All right, so I got a two-flat. I'm in Chicagoland area. I got a two-flat. I bought an '09 for a good deal, and I wanted to refi it. So take like $100,000 out.
take 100 grand, probably put like 50, 60 back into it, and then refi it again. I know you guys aren't like mortgage brokers or whatever, but what's usually like the lapse time I could wait to pull money back out?
Let me ask you something. You're talking about what kind of property are you talking about right now? House?
It's a 2-flat.
It's a duplex. Okay. Is it rented right now?
Yes.
So it's rented, and you're going to fix it up while the tenants are there?
Yeah. I'm only doing siding, back porch, and front porch. So the siding will be 30. The back porch is in the city, so they're going to want it up to code. It's fully enclosed. It's 3 stories. The attic's fully finished, and I got it rented, but it's only a legal 2-unit. I mean,
let me ask you a question. It's nice to fix up your property, but it's only a duplex. Are the tenants?
Right.
Are you going to get any more rent out of this thing?
So what I emailed you guys was, so this is my plan to do that. I want to refi. So I'd probably be around the 350. I owe 100 on it. I want to take 100 out. I'd be at 200. Put the money back into it. I think it would be 350, so I can get another So once I refi the second time, I'll have like 150 grand. And I wanted to go in business with somebody. My buddy showed me a 6-unit, 6 doors in by Chicago also for $600,000. And I wanted to ask, I know you guys don't do partners, and what do you want to look out for when you partner up with somebody?
I mean, you got to look at the deal as if you're buying the deal. Oh, you partner up, but that just means you get half the damn profits. And you put up half the money.
Yeah, but it's some help, you got your kids. I work full time. It's nice to share some responsibility.
But you got to look at the deal. You got to look at everything about the deal. Don't trust somebody else's judgment. You got to know. Let's talk about refinance before. First, you got to get the money to invest in that deal, right? All right. So you want to hurry up and you want to get a loan on your duplex. Well, the point is now. The point is that if you take a loan out in a duplex, I mean, you may not. Do you have to fix it up right now? Does it really need it that bad? Is it going to give you any more
I
rent
don't
money?
have to. But
is it going to give you any more rent money?
That would allow me to raise the rent probably like $200 a unit. So I'd get an extra
but not until the
400.
lease is up, right? When's the lease is up? You got leases on them?
Yeah, I have leases on them.
You got to wait till the leases expire before you can change the rent. I mean, why don't you do this? If the property don't need the money to be fixed up right now, why don't you just go to a bank, get a regular refinance cash out? They're doing them. They're doing them. And so go to the bank, say, okay, appraise it the way it is. Here's the rental income. How much is it worth? How much are you going to lend me? Why even, you don't, I mean,
and
why
then
spend
don't
the money
bother
on a
refine
fix-up?
twice in like a year or whatever.
Get whatever money you come out with now, and then it's the same thing. Why count on 2 refis? Just do one. How much money you need for the new deal? How much money you need?
So
for
the other one, the 6-door one, they're asking $600 for it. It's fully rented right now.
Is it retail or is it residential?
Which one?
The new one. The 6
The
units.
new one. So it's not going to be residential. This is over 5 units.
No, I'm saying it's apartments, right?
Yeah, it's apartments.
Okay, it's apartments. All right. So how much you going to go out and get a loan? You and this guy going to sit down with a bank and get a loan on that $600,000? You going to go try to borrow 80%?
He's got cash to put in. That's why I want to get cash.
So basically, how much loan are you guys getting together?
Yeah, so we'd come with the 20%, be like 120 on the 600.
All right, so you only need $60,000, then, right?
Yeah, right. And then I looked at just online. I looked at the pictures and we could redo 3 of the kitchens, a couple of the bathrooms. So another $50,000.
I don't know what the values are, but you're paying $100 a door. How much is the rent on those units for $100 a door?
$1,100 for 2-bedroom, 1 bath. All of them are 2-bedroom, 1 bath.
How's the cash flow? No expenses.
It looks like it looks like it'd be $20,000 a year after expenses.
All right. Well, that's a good return on you guys' $120,000 investment.
Rents are a little low for that, but
go ahead and
it needs a little
expenses
improvement.
in 6 units. You ain't got no bills to pay. So anyway, the point is this: hurry up and go out and get the money out of your house, your duplex. Go get at least a $60,000 or $100,000. Get $100,000. You have a $200,000 payment now to make. Can you afford that on your duplex? Can you afford?
For sure.
You're gonna basically double your. You're gonna double your mortgage payment.
I could 15-year loan it or 30-year loan it.
All right, but try to get some interest only. You're going to need some breathing room because now you only owe 100. Now you want to borrow another 100, so your payments are going to almost double, or hopefully not double, because the interest rate's going to be lower today. Try to get some interest only, but go out there and get the money. Go get 60 to 100 grand. Make sure the deal's good. Your partner's putting in the same money, and go do the deal because you're growing.
Right, for sure.
You're growing. You got to keep growing.
The biggest thing is the biggest thing is like what to watch out for. Should it all be contracted? Go to a lawyer and make sure we have everything in agreement so no one screws each other.
You know, I don't know Chicago that well, but I know it's a crooked. I don't want to say crooked, but I said it. It's a shady town. Hey, don't they call it Shady Town or something? Or is that Shanty Town? Chi-Town, yeah. Chi, all right.
I mean, with any partnership, an agreement is 100%
somebody from Chicago
mandatory.
gives you $100, you're only getting 80. You know why? Because it's shy. It's shy $20. Hey, so anyway, what do you want to do?
He's saying he's worried about getting a partner in a partnership like you are.
Does your partner know anything?
The paperwork.
No, that's why he needs me. So my wife's dad is into he does kitchen cabinets and stuff, and I still got a couple connections to do bathrooms and stuff like that. That's why he wants to come.
All right, so listen. Just got to do all your homework. You know, you got to have a physical inspection, check every unit. Ben's the expert on due diligence over here. What are you going to do if you were going out buying a 6-unit building
do you guys
tomorrow?
have that list? Did you guys make that
Where's
list?
the list, Rafal?
It's on the website. The list is on the website.
Ben Jr.'s due diligence list, who he treasures, and he compiled himself, is on the website. What do you look under, Rafal?
Real estate tips.
All right,
They
so
stole my DD.
what would you do tomorrow? Come on, real quick. 6-unit building. You're going out to buy a 6-unit building.
6-unit building. I go in there and I walk every unit, 100% of every unit. I'm going to look at all the bathrooms underneath every cabinet. I'm going to look underneath every wet area, anywhere where water flows through. You want to see that water is still flowing without going outside. I'm going to look at the roofs. I'm going to get in the attic. I don't know if there's basements out there. I'm going to look at the basements. I'm going to look at all the utility type systems. I'm going to look at all the electrical. I'm going to look at all the plumbing. I want to see every water heater. I want to talk to the tenants. I want to see the HVAC systems. I want to see the heaters. I want to see everything that building has to do that could possibly go wrong that I'm going to have to fix in the future. I want to look at it and I want to determine how old it is and when am I going to have to replace it in the future. If it's an old water heater and it's 8 years old, then I'm going to have to replace that in probably the next 2 to 3 years because they don't last that long. You know, so I'm going to budget in for that. I'm going to make sure that everything that's in that place, if it breaks, worst case scenario, if it breaks, how much is it going to cost me? And I'm going to be willing to go into that deal knowing that if I have to replace something, I have the money monthly to be able to do that. You know, because
find all the skeletons in a closet.
Yeah, the worst thing
I'm
you
lost
can
now.
do.
Oh, I'm lost.
No,
Can't
I just
hear.
kicked your wire, I think.
Why would you
And
do that?
during
That's not
closing,
nice.
I know this
You
is like
pulled
way
out my
far
wire.
ahead. During closing, I only got to worry about like
Get on the table now, plug it back in.
The
You know
deposit
what,
that
Ben?
he
You
had
know what
for the-
Aaron and
the
Vincent would do
tenants,
if they were
right?
going out to buy a 6-unit tomorrow?
What's that?
You know what you guys would do?
What?
Call a little bed.
I lost his. You can't hear?
I can't hear nothing.
I lost.
But can you hear me? Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you, Ben.
What?
Is the mic still
Yeah,
working?
he can hear you here.
All right. So anyway, that's the story. Vincent, he likes to look for 6-unit buildings. Unfortunately, they're always falling down.
And unfortunately, you always talk me out of buying them. So then, a couple years down the line, I regret it.
I hope I got my report ready for the buyers for the hotel. Show they're all trying to say $10 million. I know we get it done for $3 million. I need you to sit down and prove it.
Maybe 3.5.
3.5, I can swallow. Aaron, what are you doing? Did you pass your test this week, or are you going to get in trouble?
All right, caller.
You don't know?
Thank you, caller, so much.
You
We
know
appreciate
whether
it.
you passed the test.
All right, you
Okay.
have a great day. Thank you.
Look,
That guy was still hanging on for
Yeah,
a
I
long
was
time?
trying to get the headphones
Oh, I'm
working.
sorry about that, sir. All right, you got any more callers for Paul or what? Come on, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I had exams all week.
I hope when I see that report card, I can check your report card right now, can't I?
Check it right now. I want to see you check it right now.
Yeah, but it shows where it's at.
I'll try, but I don't think it's out yet.
Hello, how are you today? How can we help you?
Pretty good. Hey, is this Ben Mallah?
Yes, it is, sir. How are you?
Oh,
It's
hey,
Ben,
what's going on?
Aaron,
Wait
Vincent.
till you get one of the
right now.
tenants we're evicting on this line one day.
Hey, I see a lot of people on there, and
How
you know,
are
they're kind
you?
of scared to jump in or whatever.
Come on, jump on in. What do you got for us? What are you doing? What are you up to?
Well, I bought a whole bunch of single family homes over the years, and I just wonder if you bought something that you kind of regretted after you bought it, after you couldn't maybe fix it up or something like that.
You mean real estate or kids?
Yeah, real estate. Yeah, I do single family homes.
Real
mostly,
estate.
but-
I mean, well, listen, you learn from your mistakes. We just
Right.
auctioned off our office. It was probably worth about 250, maybe in my eyes. It wasn't fixed up, so maybe 200 grand. But we sold it for $140 or 50. It's life. You learn from your, but we weren't looking to make money on it. So what's the story right now? You got something you're underwater in, or you feel like it's not worth what you paid, or what's the story?
No, all mine are paid for and they're all rented out. And
Well,
everything.
and
I'm
there
just
you
kind of,
go.
giving somebody an inspiration. Just jump in and do it. And
Listen,
don't
how many houses do you have
hesitate a
now?
little.
How many houses do you have now?
About 36 right now.
36 houses? You're a friggin' expert. You don't need nobody's advice. All you need to do, are you making money on all those houses?
Yeah.
Then you know what the hell you're doing. Why stop? And then when a big
No, I
deal
ain't
comes
stopping. I
along,
just
do
wanted to know-
that.
Just wonder
Listen,
if you ever, my market's a lot different than Florida. I buy them for $5,000, $6,000, $8,000. I was buying Jackson, Michigan. Yeah, I'm getting them cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm right now $700, $800.
listen, it's
whatever.
not always gonna be that way, and you're doing it in a
Right.
high market in the rest of the world. So
yeah,
you
right.
only got one way of going, and that's up. You're at the bottom.
Right.
You're buying shit at the bottom. You need to gobble up. You need to gobble up. You can't lose at $5,000 a house. It's nonsense. Or $10,000 a house. You need to.
And Jackson, and we're really pretty stable little town here, so I mean,
Listen,
nothing's going
you
on
need to
business
gobble
right
up everything you can at that price, okay?
Right.
You
Right,
already
yeah,
got 36. You might as well go to 136. As long as you can manage it. If you can
Well, I do a lot.
manage it,
I do a lot of the work myself, so it takes a little
well,
bit of
hey,
time.
if you got to start hiring people, it doesn't matter. You're making money. Listen, you need
Oh, I
to
know.
buy up every friggin' thing you can at those prices. As long as you know you can rent it. As long as you get that sucker rented, then you're golden. Keep doing it. Don't stop, because there's no other thing out there to do right now but that. You're the only person sitting around with opportunity, because you're in a really rough area where you got hurt for the economy. All right, good luck to you. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
Take
Thanks for
care.
calling. Yep.
All right, Rafael. Who else you got? 36 houses. You don't need no damn advice from nobody.
He's buying them for $5-6 grand a piece.
Crazy. I'd be buying a million of them. Even if they didn't produce rent, I'd be buying them, and I'd
The
fix them
land
up and out for
alone
first-time
seems
home buyers or something.
Right? You can sell them for 50 grand, 60 grand.
I don't know about that. There's parts of Michigan that's really got beat
That
down.
low?
Well, once they're rented,
Hello, how are you?
Coming in, and it's worth 50.
Hello.
Hi, how are you today? How can we help you?
Hi. I just have a question. I'm looking to buy an apartment, so how would you figure out how much you should pay for each door to make a good deal?
It depends on the
city and state
rent.
and the rent.
Depends on the money.
Location and income.
How much is the rent coming in determines the price that you could pay per unit. So how much are you looking at anything right now?
I'm just looking around something around town. I got some apartments I have a 20 unit, it's like $3 million.
20 units at $3 million? Holy shit, that's 100 a quarter unit. What is that?
Yeah, 110.
You don't want to figure it out. I don't know. What did he say? How much did he say? $2 million?
20 units for $3 million?
20 units at $3 million. How much is the rent on the apartments?
I think the rent was like around $1,200.
Did you sit down? Listen, in a situation like that, you're playing with big money now, okay? You got to sit down and have a friggin' budget. You got to see how much your rent is. You got to sit down like I do with a pencil and paper or a computer, whatever you want to use, and you need to calculate your rent, your expenses, and what you're going to be left on, and how much money you got to put down, and what the return is on that profit towards the money you're putting down.
And what city and state is this in?
California.
This is in California.
Told you. Anyway, listen, it could be a good deal. I don't know. California's crazy. But is there any room for those rents to go up?
Yeah, I think there is room to go up. You have to just fix it up a little bit, make the rent go up.
Listen, it's all about the numbers. Sit down, figure out, look at what the place is bringing in for rent, how much your costs are every month, what are you left with, and then figure out after your mortgage how much cash you're going to put in your pocket. That's the whole thing that matters on that. And then you have to put down, what are you putting 20% down on $3 million or $600 grand?
Yeah.
So if you're going to put $600 grand down, you're going to want to get at least, even in California, 6-7% return minimum. That's what
36,
42 grand a year.
Yeah, something like that. 36.
You better make sure you're cash flowing on that thing about at least, I would say at least $4 to $5 grand a month. Okay.
Okay.
After everything's paid, taxes, insurance, all that shit. All right. Good luck to you.
All right.
Do your homework. Homework.
I think he might literally still be doing his homework.
All right, Rafal, what else you got? I mean, but California, 600 grand there is like 200 grand here. It's crazy in California. Hello, hi, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Hey, what's up, Ben?
Pretty
This is
good.
Chris. So I'm in a little predicament.
Uh-oh.
I bought a house on auction last year. I got it for a good deal for $70,000 upstate New York. The thing is, I tried getting it refinanced, and I ran into an issue because of my credit. So I'm stuck now paying off this home. It wasn't bought in cash. I paid using 2 different credit cards with a high friggin' interest rate of about 15% on each card.
All right, what's wrong with your credit right now? What's the problem?
So the credit score is good. It's just I have like negative remarks, and that's from like 5 years ago. So I'm trying to write letters, goodwill letters to all these companies to try to get these marks off. And so far, they're just telling me to wait it out 7 years. I have 4 years left. I can't pay total. In total, my interest is about 30% a month that I'm paying on 2 cars that I bought this home with. So now I'm kind of just stuck trying to see what other options I have. The house is not in bad condition. It's just, I'm paying this high interest rate.
How much do you owe on a house right now?
House is paid off.
The house is paid off? Bullshit. Your credit
the
ain't
house
stopping
isn't
you
paid
there.
off because it's on the cards, but it's about still,
All right, this is what I would do. I don't know if you tried
Yeah.
this or not already, okay? Number one, who do you bank with?
I bank with Discover and PNC Bank.
All right, PNC's a real bank. Discover's a bank? I thought it was a credit card. Anyway, go to PNC Bank, okay, or any bank you want, and just walk in. Don't say nothing about your credit, blah, blah, blah. Just go in there with everything else, whatever else they want from you. Now, let's see, you renting this house out?
No, it's vacant.
Okay. Where do you live?
I live in Jersey, just Bergen County, just outside of New York state lines.
I mean, can you call it a second residence maybe? Call it a second residence, go in
can't you
there.
rent it?
Get a HELOC. A HELOC, I think, is a lot easier than getting a loan. A HELOC, is a
So-
home equity line of credit, where you get a line of
Yeah.
credit against the house, okay? So, I mean,
I called Bank of America regarding HELOC. It's a great incentive. They're only doing an interest of about 4.25, which is beautiful. But the only situation is they want your credit to be like superb. They said that
go
they're
somewhere
more
and pay a
stricter.
little more interest that don't want superb.
Better than 30%.
There's different type of lenders. In your situation, if you were borrowing at 6 or 7%, you'd be doing good. Go, the way it works is you got
8%.
You got A lenders, B lenders, C lenders. You may need to go to a C or B lender. Okay, go to a place that specializes in working with people that that have they'll charge you a little more interest, but they'll take the risk. You know what I mean?
One other question. Yeah, and one other question I have.
Maybe a credit union might do it. A local credit union might do it.
Yeah. So my other question is this. So what I did, I've been doing a lot of small renovations because the idea behind it is to just fix it up, put it in a better condition than it is, so that I could get obviously a bigger loan on the house.
How much is it worth to be sell? How much is it worth to be sell a house?
Well, I got it right now. I had it appraised last year for $110,000. I bought it at $73,000.
You want to just fix it and rent it? Why don't you? How come you're not renting it out right now?
Because I'm still trying to get water. Being that upstate New York, they do wells, and being with the cold months that we had, it was kind of hard to get someone out there to get the water going. So this spring, that's the goal, just get water flowing. But with the other question is regarding upgrading it. Is there anything I should do before they do a walk-in appraisal, as far as me not spending too much but giving it kind of a facelift? What do you think?
I mean, it's always nice to make it look as good as you can, but you already got an appraisal for 110 a year ago, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
You know you're going to get the same appraisal of 110. If you got it a year ago, you'll get the same appraisal now for 110. Without fixing it up. So if the 110's good enough, and you can look for a bank to loan you, 70 or 80 grand, then you should be fine. But just start shopping around. There's a lot of banks that is, You go online maybe, I don't know, and see.
I mean, there's websites out there that you can go. I mean, I don't know.
What's your credit score right now?
Lending Tree.
Right now it's 700. It's 700, but the negative marks are what's sitting on my account.
Marks.
I can't get that shit.
They don't care. I bet a lot of B and C lenders don't care about that. If you got 700 credit score and you can show you get paid, and they'll loan it to you. But you need to still go out there and find the right lender. I don't know, there might be a broker that can help you, but just a house, a small loan, just hit all the credit unions and hit all the little local banks around you.
Yeah, because I just don't want them to keep pulling my score, because then that also brings it down,
Right.
But one other thing, though, so with that situation, and one thing I learned just now is that with the home equity line of credit, from what I was told, is that they do a drive-by appraisal. They just want to make sure that the house is there and, and it's in a decent condition. With a cash-out refinance, which I also did some research and I spoke with the bank, they want to do a full-through appraisal on the property, which might give you a better interest rate.
Exactly.
I don't want that
Take the higher interest rate. Take the higher interest rate with the less hoops you got to jump through. With the drive-by appraisal, you pay an extra % or 2 on interest. Go with the lenders that are easier, and you're just going to charge you more money. You can find them; they're out there. All right.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much, man. And tell Rafael, that he got to stand up for himself, because we're on Polish here.
Another Polish guy on.
All right, very good. Take care. Go eat a pierogi.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
He can stand up for himself all he wants, but I still don't understand what he's saying.
All right, what else we got? We done for today or what? It's 2 o'clock.
Another call coming in.
Another call. Here we go.
2 hours.
Did you guys eat already?
I bought you a half a sandwich each.
What did you get him? Meatball again?
No.
What did everyone get? Meatball?
I said I got them a
Didn't
half
you already
a
eat
sandwich.
a sandwich? You already had a whole
Hello,
sandwich.
how are you? How can we help you?
You trying to
Hey,
eat
what's
my
up, Ben? I
sandwich
just
too?
got my real estate license, and I'm interested in investing some money. I was wondering what you thought of real estate investment trusts.
REITs? You're talking about REITs where you're going to invest in a
Yeah.
REIT where you have no control over the money and they do whatever they got to do. Sometimes they make a lot of money, but you got to be careful what REIT you get into. And but you got your real estate license and you're going to be selling real estate. Is that what you're going to do?
Well, yeah, I just got it, so I planned on doing rentals at first to get my feet wet.
REITs are typically people that use them like stocks. REITs are for people that don't want to be in real estate, but they want to invest in real estate. That's why you buy into a REIT. That's like a stock. You got your license. You got to get out there and get busy. You got to start selling some real estate. You going to be working for a company selling real estate or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think that's the best thing to do. Is
Who's
start
going to
with
hold your
someone big,
license? Who's
get
going
the
to hold
training.
Who's going to hold your license?
I was looking at Coldwell Banker.
That's a good company.
Caldwell's the best
You
one
got to
to
get
go
in there
right
because
now.
you know what? As soon as if you want to do any investment on your own, you being in the office, you're the first one to hear about deals. You might be able to get deals before they go to the market. I mean, so you're putting yourself right in the middle of everything. So that's what I'd focus on is getting in that office and start finding out about what's for sale. And you're looking to buy stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. I want to get rentals going.
Yeah, but then, that's why you just want to find a rental. And you're going to be in an office, with access to all the market and hearing what's going on. And, you just find a hot deal. That's what agents do. They find deals. What
Have you
else?
ever invested in a REIT?
Maybe a long time ago, and it actually paid off, but it's not really being in real estate. It's a stock. You have nothing to do with the real estate. It has to do with whatever that company's doing with the real estate. You have no control. But I like to control stuff. I'm a control freak.
He's a control
So, yeah, but unfortunately, I got freaks
You got
to
that
control.
right.
I'm a control freak because I'm controlling freaks. All right, anyway, so listen, seriously, get in that Caldwell Banker, get on the MLS, track every time something new comes up on the market, every day look at it, and start trying to buy something that got value in it.
Okay.
All right, what else?
With the building that you recently auctioned to that accountant firm, why not just keep it and rent it out to him?
Because he wanted to buy something because he's a smart guy. But why does he want to throw rent away every month? He can own the damn place for the same money he's renting it for. And in his case, he's going to save money. He can never rent that place out for what he could float $150,000 for. $150,000 is only going to cost him a few hundred a month.
Rent
Me?
it out?
I don't know. We don't know offices, and we're like in a little office park here. You know, we know
That was
apartments.
just a stepping stone for us. It wasn't really a business
It
play.
wasn't
for
an
us.
investment.
It
We don't
wasn't-
really need it. You know, I mean, we could have tried, but
our efforts are gonna make us more cash elsewhere.
and right now, offices are abundance out here. People are working from home. There's empty office space everywhere. The only offices I see getting rented out here are the real big time fancy shit, you know? And even they're struggling, so it's not us. But anyway, good luck to you, and good luck with that license. So get out there and buy some real estate.
Okay.
And help others.
Do you think LoopNet's got good deals? A lot of the stuff they advertise seems like the cap rates are off.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the point is this. You know, it doesn't matter sometimes what somebody's asking for a property. You can come in and, you know, offer them your number, you know, and who knows? You never know. You might find a meeting point, you know. But LoopNet is starting to grow now more because the market's turning. You're going to start seeing more and more stuff on LoopNet. But typically, you know, it's the stuff that, you know, couldn't be sold on the market, so it's overpriced. Well, now the guy's been sitting around and he's been overpriced out of the market. Now he finds himself sitting on LoopNet. He needs money because he's just lost money in the stock market. You're going to start seeing some bargains out there. I guarantee it. So I'd keep looking at LoopNet, and don't be afraid to make lowball offers. If you see something you like, offer him 25% less. What's he going to say? No? Big deal. He said no. Maybe he'll come back and make a deal with you. Who knows? All right. Good luck to you. Take care.
All right. Thanks, bye.
All right, we're following. We got more people or what? All right, call them up. Call them up. I got to be home to get ready soon. I got another. Your school's bugging me tonight.
2 hours.
2 hours still.
Charity events, man. All right, here we go. We done? What? What do you got? One more. Oh, just drop it? Okay, we'll come back next week. Stay tuned next week. Hopefully, Vincent will do what he's supposed to do this week. Ben will do what he's supposed to do this week. What do you got to do? What do you got to worry about right now, Ben? What are you working on?
We got 2 audits coming up for the state of Florida. We have trying to find a tenant for that other building now that they're going to back out. That's a new project that we're going into this week.
What about your permit? When are you going to get the final permit on the building? What did you do about the tree bullshit problem you got?
Still working on it.
Working on it.
I mean, that's just that one project. You know, we're dealing with other stuff, too. We're wrapping up a pipe break in a hotel.
You got a whole floor shut down?
The whole floor
Get
shut
that
down.
put back
We got to get
on?
that put back. We got an insurance claim that we got to work on now.
Yeah.
Make sure that no money gets lost out of our pocket, and make sure the insurance picks up on all that. You know,
You got to close out everything for the year so we get
a
our
lot of-
taxes done?
We got our CAM reconciliation,
CAM
which I've been working
reconciliation.
on.
That should have
for
been
this
worked
whole
on
week.
in January.
CAM
Here it is, friggin'
reconciliation
March.
we're working on this time. We got a lot of stuff that we're going
What about
through.
the arcade you're supposed to be building in
I got
John's
an arcade.
Pass?
That's going on right now. I got a guy doing electrical. What are you talking about? As we speak today, electrical will be done by Monday. Carpet. Now the guy's backing out and saying he won't put no carpet in there because the supplier doesn't have the carpet. So now the carpet's okay. So the whole reason for us going with that guy is
Doesn't
because
matter,
it was for the carpet. That carpet's expensive. That's why I picked them. I can put any arcade
Put
guy
some in
there
later.
now.
Put some fake
So now-
grass in there. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Let's get your person. You know who out
Imitation
there.
lawn.
And
All
get
right,
him out there.
Get it done. Get it done. I got 20 projects I got to work on. Let's do it. Vincent, Aaron, go back to the golf course.
We need site plans. We need floor plans.
I need that list wrapped up right away.
Okay, we can keep going. I can
Work
get
these
my
buyers.
agenda out, and I can go through it all with you.
All right, you folks take care. We're going to get back to work. Adios,
Actually,
amigos.
let's get back here in the office and go to
Let's
work.
do it. Let's
Come on.
do it.
Right now.
Since you
Bye.
got time. Bye.